Under neon skies, in a digital haze, they spun their lies in 1,000 ways. A barn to raise for the poor and meek, but their hearts were cold and their motives bleak. They called for cash with a preacher's charm, promised dreams of wood and a big old barn, but the money flowed to a shadow's hand, and the seeds of greed tore apart the land. They played the game, thought they'd never fall, but snakes in the grass start to hiss and crawl. Oh, scammers, scamming scammers, watch the fire ignite. They built their lies in the dead of night. The barn's a ghost, the money's gone. Now they're turning, yeah, they're turning on their own. Oh, scammers, scamming scammers, it's a thief's cruel song. The house of cards is crashing and it won't be long. The leader grinned with a crocodile tear, while the others whispered, "Who's cashing here?" They pointed fingers, they screamed and swore, each one thinking they deserve much more. The PayPal pinged, the crypto flew, but the pot got thin and the trust did too. A house of thieves built on fragile schemes, now collapsing fast, tearing at the seams. They spun their webs, thought they'd never break, but greed's a blade that no one can shake. Oh, scammers, scamming scammers, watch the fire ignite. They built their lies in the dead of night. The barn's a ghost, the money's gone. Now they're turning, yeah, they're turning on their own. Oh, scammers, scamming scammers, it's a thief's cruel song. The house of cards is crashing and it won't be long. The chat room's buzzed with a venomous hum. Give me my cut, but the vault was numb. The leader laughed and said, "I'm done." Left the rest to drown in their own scum. Now the knives are out and the deals are dead. Every word they spoke was a bullet of lead. The barn they sold was a tale of scam, and now they're fighting over a scheme they ran. Oh, scammers, scamming scammers, watch the fire ignite. They built their lies in the dead of night. The barn's a ghost, the money's gone. Now they're turning, yeah, they're turning on their own. Oh, scammers, scamming scammers, it's a thief's cruel song. The house of cards is crashing and it won't be long. So raise a glass to the fools who dream of barns and riches in a crooked scheme. They played themselves in their wicked art. Scammers, scamming scammers tore their world apart. Oh, the barn's a myth and the money's dust. In the end, it's greed that they couldn't trust.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Sorry, we were a little late there, but it was worth it, wasn't it? Because you were waiting on that song.
Man, freaking technical stuff, man. Always. It always hits at the weirdest times.
Yeah, it was just taking forever to render, so I wanted to make sure I had it because it was really good. So,
Well, there's also, I mean, we've had to get some stuff ready for the show too. And wow, I mean, in the last few, well, let's see how long. The last couple of hours, especially last night, things went a little mad. But then you got Preston. Oh man, she's out there making some pretty fascinating commentary.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. And like I was out all day. Ferry had a very long specialist appointment today, so we were basically at the hospital all day. And I literally got home at like 5:30 and like had to feed everyone and like figured, and I hadn't sat down at all to do anything for tonight. And I had lots and lots to do because there was a transcript from last night that needed to be highlighted. And we are going to go over it. I got it all done. I've been sitting in this chair for the last 2 hours doing it. By the way, do you like my flair? I have a lot of flair tonight.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
like my flair?
I like that. I like the
think about
shout
my
out
flair.
there. I love that show, man. Or that movie rather. I like it a lot.
We need to talk about your flair.
Yeah. Like, how many pieces of flair do I need then?
Oh my God. Yeah, so we have so much for you tonight. There is the ecosystem, the Anti-Hales ecosystem is exploding on each other. They are in a full-on fight right now, and it is this is what we've all been waiting for. So get the popcorn, because what do we do? What do we do when scammers scam scammers? We laugh ourselves silly. We
laugh ourselves fat.
Yeah, we laugh until we can't laugh anymore, and then we keep laughing. And
my legs are gonna fall off. I'm telling you. I haven't sat down half the day, man. I got another 20,000 steps into today. I'm like, oh my God. Ugh, I haven't sat down all day.
You know, we've been telling you guys, all you had to do was wait. Just wait, be patient. They're going to turn.
Oh
They're going to start fighting.
This posting here by Preston is freaking amazing.
Well, where should we even start?
I think we should start with
Do we start with the transcript from last night? Because we do have to get to it.
I think we should start with the Preston side, and we'll get both sides. See, I think the transcript is going to be really fire because there's a lot of it. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of it. Preston's newest statement is pretty good though, because I think when Preston finds out that they, I don't think Preston gets the totality of how far they've turned on her. I mean, it's pretty bad after last night.
So we'll get to her. We'll do her comments first, and then we have a transcript to get to. And like, seriously, we're gonna have to take turns reading the pages because it's a lot of words, Doug. But we're gonna have to. It's really, really good. I was thinking about going to Rumble and like playing the clips, but no, I think this needs to be on YouTube. Some people have trouble getting over to Rumble, and you guys everybody needs a chance to hear this. So make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check to make sure you're still subscribed, and make sure you share this out because this is the day we've all been waiting for. Don't let anybody miss this show. Don't, because my God, the fireworks. Everything's on fire. It's all burning down. And it's going to be so great. You guys are going to enjoy this so much. So make sure that your friends are all watching, because this is what happens when scammers scam scammers. And they're going to turn, and it's going to be nasty and ugly. And boy, it is. And we've got the transcripts. We've got postings. We've got everything. All right, Tug, you want to go? Oh, by the way, Super Tip should be working tonight. I think I fixed. Hold on, let's test that before I tell everyone that it's working, because if it isn't working...
It's totally wait.
Yeah, I didn't test it. I didn't have time because I was dealing with the rendering issue, which, you know, sometimes the rendering goes quickly and then sometimes it doesn't. So, all right, let's test this out.
That thumbnail of Tug should be called Larger Than Life Tug.
We call that IMAX Tug.
That was Dan Davis from yesterday. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. I don't think I played that one yet, so I missed it somehow. All right, so super tips are working. If you want to send a super tip to the show, it is supertip.gg/Megan Fox. I have not pinned it to the chat yet. You dummy. I didn't do it. I will do it right now so that you can actually click on it. And you can always send breadsticks through YouTube as well. The Super Tips is fun because it has fun AI voices. And, you know, people just get a kick out of that. It is a lot of fun. I'm having a blast with it. It is HTTPS. I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. All right. Why don't you set up what we're going to look at first, Tug?
I've got it pulled. You want me to put it on the screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll roll you. let's check that. This is going to get a little fire as we go down. You know, it starts out easy enough, but it's going to get really spicy pretty fast. You know, it starts out with the whole Jeremy's not telling the truth kind of crap, but then, you know, it quickly fires up. It starts out talking about, now there is a short today talking about the bankruptcy stuff. You know what happened with Jeremy. It was crazy. Like, there was so much going on. It's like, I don't even know if, you know, I never thought the bankruptcy like detail there would be not the relevant story. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
I was actually going to talk about that tonight, but then all this other crap came up.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much.
2 hours ago.
Somebody told me today, they were like, yo, Tug, did you check out last night? And I was like, no, no, I've not.
Do we ever?
You know? Oh. No, yeah, I don't want. They were like, you have to watch past 2 hours and 40 minutes. You have to check out this. And I was like, oh, I don't want to. Like, you got to. I was like, oh, okay, I will. I'll look. Oh my God. So that was amazing. But this popped off. I mean, these are, you know, new timestamps. See, this pops off about 7 hours ago, and it's okay. Then you have somebody say, they ask, Nikki here asks, when are you going to get an attorney to sue Lisa for withholding all the money she fundraised in yours and HG's name? It's not her money, it's yours. Well, she responds, yeah, I mean, that's true. It's absolutely true. There won't be any lawsuits there. Won't be any more hurt, but always with the butt. Rump shaker, butt.
That big old butt.
Yeah, that's right. Anytime a sentence shakes its big old butt, it's gonna get fire up in here.
You know what, Lynette? I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
She should have capitalized it.
Yeah.
Look at that big butt.
Oh my God, Becky! Look at her.
She's still trying to play at the trade discount. It's like, yeah, no, it's not, lady. You ain't never going to tell. You know, until I see it, I can tell that things have broken down. In fact, we've been made pretty much aware now that 2L and her are not talking at all. John is the one communicating with them, and very, very sporadically, it sounds like. So they've cut off, you know, communications while holding their money. So you ain't going to get shit from them, lady. It ain't going to work for you. So there won't be that. But what there will be is the truth. And I can assure you it's coming soon.
Everything's always coming soon with her. I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it.
But because now John is as hurt and impacted by all of this as Harley and I are. Right there, you have victimized us. We said this was going to happen. It happens with everybody. Sooner or later, she will become. And you know what? Here's the thing, 2L. When it comes up, you're guilty. You know why you're guilty? Because you told us we have to believe this lady. You know? So you automatically did this. Whatever she said, you're guilty of.
Yeah, she never lies, right? That's what you've said. She's told the entire truth and nothing but the truth all along.
Yep.
So I guess she's telling the truth about you, huh, lady?
Yep. You knew sooner or later that would blow up in their fucking face, you know?
Absolutely, because Lynette is not capable of keeping friendships for very long at all.
No.
This happens with every single person that she gets close to.
Oh, that's why. Like last night, so we pulled up that big long message. You know, last night we were talking about the fence one, and that was the thing I said about it. I was like, "Are we sure that's real?" Because, you know, it says I've been friends with her for 1.5 to 2 years. I was like, how does that happen? Unless they have distance in their friendship, maybe that could happen as long as you're not around her that often. You know, but apparently that was real. Apparently that was a legit posting, and this comes as part of that, I think. So now with John, he now sees things in a totally different way. But I assure you, it will be very, very soon. Oh my God, it's gonna be amazing. We have a lot to take care of. we are heartbroken. Of course they are. They're always in this, they are the victims, to be honest. Like the money thing, they are the victims, you know, because when the scammers and there has to be a scammer that loses out. And this scammer lost out, you know.
Mhm.
2L took you in the Thunderdome and fucking co-opted the entire movement that you had. Just think, we are talking about just at the end of last year, really into the beginning of this year, they had money rolling in like it was nothing. The money spigot was
it was
on.
the greatest grift they've ever had. And we've gone over all the grifts. There have been so many grifts in her life. She grifts for everything over many, many years, and none of them have ever been successful. This one was a banger.
Oh, it was. And we kept telling people, we were like, look, you're giving to a dead end. You're giving to nothing. And we were warning them, and we warned LP too. We were like, hey, that lady you got your money.
Yeah.
That's not good.
She's not gonna help you.
By the way, too, as part of something, so I noticed something in their discussion that really did it's kind of it's not a minimal point, it's a huge point.
Oh, there are several. There are several.
Yeah, well,
of them.
this one goes on the money because it's a confirmation of the money thing. They keep saying that LP wanted to hire Mexico. Have you seen that quote by?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get to that. We have.
Okay, did you see the one by Marla? What Marla had to say?
No, I didn't see.
Oh my God, she was like, "Yeah, you know, these people love to call Jeremy a racist, right?"
Okay, and well, by the way, wait, they're accusing us of being racist for referring to Fertigos as Doritos, as if it's a Hispanic thing because the judge is Hispanic. Michael Fertigos is Greek. Yeah, those Greeks, you know, they're really into eating those corn chips, from what I hear. He is 100% Greek. You dumbasses. He's Greek. He's Greek. Remember the thing with the Greek mama? Like, there's no racial impact of calling somebody whose name rhymes with Doritos. Okay, that Fertigos and Doritos, it rhymes. That's it. That's all there is to it,
that's
dumbasses.
I mean, Lord, you know. But meanwhile, actually, I'm gonna send this over to myself because it's
meanwhile, they're making cracks about Mexicans that you can't even believe. Like, I couldn't believe it when I gasped out loud when I heard it.
Yeah, well, I was like, "Holy crap, Marla!" You know,
we should probably hang on to that though until we get to it in the transcript.
Yeah. I'm gonna mail that over to myself. I just thought, okay, so I'll keep it in there. But what that's going to do is it's going to tell us that the money thing, the 18K, that's a legit total. That's what they're hanging on to is what's left. Yeah, very much so. Because when we get to in this transcript, you watch that 18K, we are now getting confirmation from the 2L side that that's what they're trying to say. Again, I'm not saying that's what is or isn't left. I'm saying, you know, that's what they're trying to say is there. We haven't had confirmation. There's $1, you know.
Yeah, right. We don't have any confirmation that there's anything left.
Just amazing. But we are scared isn't a good word, but we are not scared isn't a good word, but we are of how we're going to manage everything. But we had all of that before she was involved in our lives. There's 2L dropper right there. We were managing before her, and now we just need to buckle down and move forward and try to get some things done. Man, her writing is a mess. You know, it's hard to read.
I don't think she types. It's always that voice to text, which is so hard to...
Yeah, well, you know what's weird, like for me, if I do voice to text, you can tell because it'll be a mess, you know, a little bit, but I say comma. You know, you can say comma and it'll put a comma in there.
Yeah, you can put all kinds of punctuation in.
Yeah, you know, M dash.
M dash. That would be. We should try an M dash and see what happens.
Well, you know, AI puts M dashes and stuff, and for a little while, I was like, look at all those. They're. I kind of like the M dash. You know,
the M dash is very elegant.
Yeah. Well, you know, it really is. The people use so many things to try to stop, to pause, you know, dot, and I'm like, no, you can do that with an M dash. You know, that's a
It's better with an M dash, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's for. So anyway, I digress. Well,
See, this is
I'm
why
sure
we're
everybody
friends.
wants us to. Everybody's like, man, that conversation over punctuation was fire tonight.
Well, this is why we're friends, because we geek out over grammar. It's fun.
Yeah, I get stuck on that for a minute. I was like, M dashes. It's very nice. I haven't really used them that much in a while. Yeah, it's like, man, I need to go back there. But anyway, but now it's time for the muckle down. It's put us in a very bad place. So that's 2L put them in a very bad place. No more Levy County help, and Otter Creek is a mess. What does this mean right here? No more Levy County help, and Otter Creek is a mess.
I don't know.
So we have to turn to a private company or the state, and we will be doing that immediately. It's sad how things are being handled, and the things that are being said that are not true. And I have no animosity. I have no hatred. Yeah, I'm sure. This is going to get better, though, in a second. I have no ill will, and I'll leave it at that. Then you see only me here. Only me tags in press and is like, some folks have only wanted to help the child be an accommodation that is suitable and appropriate. We all thought that was going to happen. I have now formally asked for my donations to be sent back so that it can be put immediately to work. Well, here you go.
Still gonna give that money to her? I can't believe it.
No, this dude is so weak sauce, though. You want to do something with that? You've asked them already to give your money back. File a complaint about it. Otherwise, quit your bitching online. That's my thing.
They're not going to give it back. And also, I thought that he came to a different conclusion about the reliability and the honesty of these people he's planning on giving all of this money to. Like, are you crazy?
He's gonna give them a cash infusion and thinks that they're gonna put it to good use.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You've already seen all the grifting over years and years and years, and how they expect other people to pay for their lives for the rest of eternity. And you've also seen the proof. The proof, David, that this woman was indicated for child abuse and had children taken away from her by 2 different states. So what in the actual hell are you doing?
Doesn't care, man. He doesn't care. It's just,
if that child is in danger, which I believe she is, and if she is, giving them money to hide that situation is like being complicit in it.
The only way you're going to get this situation resolved is to make a complaint. If you're not going to complain, you can tell these people that you want your money back. I mean, it is funny to call them on it. I mean, if you're doing this for humor, okay. Granted, it's funny. But if you're doing this to actually get something resolved, it will never happen. They've said, we've thought about giving the money back. No, they haven't. No, they have not. So to think that they would. Now, like I said, I think that's funny. I think it's hilarious that they are being called out. But remember, actually, maybe didn't want to hear this, but you allowed them to do this. I'm not talking about the donations. I'm talking about when it was getting called out and people were being motivated to maybe report something. You came in and said, no, you know what? I audited and it was all good to go. You encourage people to give more money. And
Jeremy says, let him give them money. It'll all go to us in the end anyway.
I mean, there are so many kids. You want to help a kid in need, man? Pick some kids out in need,
Are there no children's cancer centers near you, David? Are there no children's hospitals that you can give money to that are trying to help little children? You know what? Do they have Ronald McDonald houses in the UK? Because those places deserve help, where they house families whose children are in the hospital for a long period of time, so they don't have to pay for hotels to be near the hospital. There's so many things you could be doing with that money that you would know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's going to help people in need. These people, this is not it. It is not it. But whatever, it's your money. Do whatever you want with it.
It's actually not his money
You're
anymore.
a dumbass.
It's not his
It's
money.
not your
anymore.
money anymore. It's
You
Fleece's.
gave it to these people, and when you gave it to these people, you have allowed them to operate with impunity for months, and they may have spent it all by now. It may all be gone. I haven't seen the transfer. Again, she was recklessly spending money. There had to be something. All right. She had to be getting something from somewhere, because there is no way in hell she would have sat around and been quiet. Now, we know, like, her flea market stuff was being paid for. I'm sure, I'm sure that money will cut off. I saw somebody say that that it was for a year to 2 years that she had paid. So, again, that is not confirmed, but I mean, that would make sense.
It's in the transcript. It's in the transcript we're going to read.
Yeah. It's not confirmed. I'm just saying, it's not going to confirm. I don't trust these people. You know what I mean?
How do you know what?
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say, whether it's true or not. It's just hilarious.
It's fire. It's all good.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It is.
Everybody, have you popped your popcorn yet? Seriously, get a big bowl of it, maybe a glass of wine to go with it, because my God, you are going to be popping that popcorn.
I want to do some of that.
The transcript, yeah. Here we go.
I'm feeling it.
All right, this was last night's show, folks. We have a lot to read. Tug and I are going to take turns reading pages, because there are pages and pages and pages of this stuff. Here we go. I will take the first one, and you will have the next one. And and most of this, by the way, is Felicia speaking. I think there are a few times when she's reading super chats, so we'll try and figure it out. And, I just want to say to some people out there that are posting things, claiming to be people's friends and stuff, you got it a little backwards. I don't know who you're listening to. I can only guess, but it's backwards. Your timeline is backwards, and the stuff you're saying is backwards. So maybe that's why you seem annoyed enough to post something, or maybe perhaps someone told you to post something. Who knows? But all I'm telling you is your timeline is backwards, and all you guys are doing is making me come to a point where I'm like, F this. I'm done, like literally done. And that's
about that. By the way, that's about that post from yesterday, folks.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one we brought up. So
the one that said that she's Michelle or Lynette's friend, LMNOP's friend. And I'll do something different, and everybody will understand why. Just letting you know that. So good luck. Good. Good for you. Enjoy. Look what you've done.
That's so funny.
And now when I get to the next set of highlights, that's going to go on for pages and pages. All right. Tug, you take this end of this page and the next page, and then then we'll switch up.
All right. Now the timeline's all wrong. I can't do that for pages.
No, you're going to hurt yourself.
Oh my God.
No, you're going to hurt
yourself. Timeline's all wrong. Apparently, there was a Christmas. And the fence was done afterwards. La, la, la. Not true. Everybody knows that's not true. I'm being blamed now because they don't have a permit. I'm sorry. Nope, not true. You had the permit the entire time. You can't do things, though. If you don't have the other stuff, the permit won't matter. You know what I mean? So if you had a permit for a while, but nobody will come off your fucking funding.
But no blueprints, no money to pay a contractor, and a contractor that, isn't around or doesn't show. Like, how is the permit? How's that supposed to work?
I can't believe, man, if they do end up coming off like 18K, I'm gonna laugh my ass off too, because they have taken all that money and they've shortened it down to nothing, and this woman's gonna eat garbage for it. You know what I mean? That would be hilarious too if they only wrote her 18.
Here comes the racism, by the way.
Oh, yeah. If you knew it was expiring, you should have made the permit was taken care of. You didn't. That's not my fault. I walked in and there was a permit. Sorry. Oh, and apparently the contractors came in and I said no. The only thing I said no to was the Mexicans. Is what
The only thing I said no to was Mexicans. You cannot have Mexicans build your barn. What is this?
The mix. Oh man, it gets. Let me get that Marla thing. This is awesome, dude. Like, you want to see racism?
What does she have against Mexicans?
Oh, they were going to do everything apparently for
less money.
For 10K is what the number was.
That
quoted.
sounds pretty cheap.
Yeah, but it's not cheap when you were planning on having certain people that you're connected to say that they're doing this stuff so they can get the money. You know?
Yeah, maybe. She claims that she wasn't going to have Gabe do it, but
So
I don't believe that.
This goes with that. So right at that time, right? I don't know if you've seen this yet, but you love this.
I haven't seen
Oh
it.
God, pull this up. Pull this up. Tell me when you get this here. Okay. Read the Marla part. Right the email.
Wait, if I read it, is somebody gonna clip it and then I'll be the racist? Because I don't want to do that.
No. This
Now,
time that
okay, so she says now most of the workers might be in alligator Alcatraz anyway, Lisa. Oh God.
holy crap, dude. Oh my.
Marla. And she's
That is
laughing,
nasty
laughing
business
face.
right there. Yes.
Laughing face.
Oh my God. She's like, ha 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 ha. They're getting detained. Ha 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 ha.
And I mean,
Marla,
are we all just assuming that these are illegal?
yeah, that's
Maybe
exactly
they're
what
just-
she did.
Maybe she just found Mexican contractors.
Then she puts
US
this.
citizens. There are Mexicans who live in America who are here legally, who also are contractors.
She threw this out there as her explanation, by the way. Somebody posted, they're like, my God, Marla, that's pretty messed up. And Marla was like, it's a fact that the construction industry in Florida was taken over by illegal immigrants, even the supervisors and business owners. The first contractors Michelle found were Mexicans, her definition and theirs. I don't throw around God's name at all, by the way. But see, it doesn't matter if they're Mexican, but again, there are people out there, they'll say, they'll use Mexican. That doesn't mean illegal.
That doesn't mean illegal. What the heck? But what else would your, problem be by saying
Would
I
you
said no
hate?
to
I mean,
Mexicans?
you know what I found? I work with, we have a lot of nursery out here. And one of the things I have found is that people that came over from Mexico and went into the nursery industry, they are fucking motivated workers, very motivated workers.
Yeah, really quick, really good at what they do.
Yeah.
And
they are not illegals, they are not. We're required.
The construction industry, it's true that the construction industry, there are a lot of Mexican workers in the construction industry and they do good work and fast and sometimes for less. That doesn't mean they're illegal. And also, this whole thing is unsavory. I can't believe she just said, I said no to because they're Mexican. Jeremy says, I've had a crew of 10 Mexicans working at Hale's headquarters all week and they did an amazing job. Yeah. Exactly.
We hired by skill base. That's what you're supposed to do.
And also price. Also price. You shop around and find out who is going to offer you the best deal. And then you hire those people. But what's her problem with Mexicans? It's really very strange.
It's really telling, isn't it? Because people love to scream and rant. It's always showcasing who they are. I found any claim that they make about someone else, that's who they are. So
yeah, it's so weird. But she's calling us racist for making a joke about a Greek guy's last name that has nothing to do with his nationality, just because Doritos rhymes with Frederico's. And it's almost like, hey, wait a minute, you're the one being a racist. You don't even know he's Greek. He's not Hispanic. That doesn't have anything. And anyway, Doritos aren't Hispanic either. Doritos are an American snack food made by solely of chemicals. There's nothing ethnic about Doritos at all. Nothing.
I think
they're corn chip.
I think they hate hard workers. I think they hate anybody that they consider lower. Again, you've seen how they feel about, people in Preston's position. Again, you've seen the whole Kodunks now we laugh about because they called us all Hodunks there. You got to see exactly how they think about people. So I think they just want to see people beneath them. And some people build and enjoy. We build up something while we laugh at this stupid when they burn each other down, right? These people don't build anything positive. They just burn shit down all the time. So of course they would look down. They want to demean and find something lower.
It's absolutely crazy. And also, I think even the people, including myself, who don't like unchecked immigration, it isn't because of who they are. It's because of safety issues. And nobody cares. None of us care about people who are here working really hard. Nobody cares about that. People don't want criminals coming over the border, period. from anywhere.
Well, this statement here, this isn't about. This is just the assumption that when she wanted to hire a crew, and they were quote unquote Mexican, they noted, and who knows? I mean, honestly, maybe they weren't. maybe that wasn't even the thing. They could have been anything.
Yeah, they could have been. Yeah, how did they
know?
I mean, you know what?
They could have had a couple of non-whites on their crew.
It could have been.
Well, they could have had them non-whites on their crew. Some Colombians or something. Yeah,
right.
Been like, oh my god,
it is Florida after all. What if they could have been Cuban? Not everybody brown is Mexican.
It's just very assumptive, man. It is.
Very.
All right. So anyway, I wanted to throw that into that spot.
This continues.
Oh, this is going to get fired. Yeah. The only thing I said no to was Mexicans is what I was told. She can get Mexicans to come and do the what you call it frame for 10 grand just for labor. So this part right here, folks, you'll love too. So I said, no, absolutely not. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Why am I going when I only have so much money to spend? Why am I going to pay half of it to just labor like that?
Well, because
when I already knew I didn't
the most
have to.
expensive thing. You have the materials already, don't you? I thought they already bought the lumber.
No, it's not even that. Look, they're guaranteeing a number there because they just said $10K, right? That was going to be the cost. And she just said, why are we going to spend half of that of what we have for labor? So that they're telling you 18,000. There you go. There's your admission. That's what they're trying to stick with. Mm-hmm. So they're telling me they've whittled down. They've taken, again, what has to be when you put everything together. You notice they're not kicking and screaming when we say $100,000. You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no point. They listen all the time. They respond to all kinds of shit, but they're not kicking and screaming over that number. And now, if they've been trying to tell the world that $20,000 went to that shitty fence that God knows how much money they're trying to say went to HG Christmas. And again, it came out of the house money there. And now they're trying to tell us that there's only 18K left. Again, that number by itself anyway. I can't believe any morons out there are falling for that number.
I know. God, all right, we have a lot to get through. We got to keep moving.
I mean, yeah, but see, man, all of this is so spicy. It's so amazing. Okay, let's see. Okay, so no, that's what I said no to. Anything else I have said no to, but is that really a friend of hers? I don't know, Donna. I have no idea. I'm told she only speaks to 3 people, and that's not one of them. So who knows? I have no idea. All I can tell you is I only speak to John. There's the John thing. So I have no idea who that is. I mean, not to put you on the spot, but who was the order? Do you have any idea what the order is and how the projects were? Do you know? Everybody should know. They should all know why her friend, who she talks to all the time, is saying other words. I have no idea. And apparently, the fence was paid for with just gift cards, but no one seems to remember.
Wait a minute. She said, hold on. She has been on the record. Oh no, I'm choking.
Oh no, you coughed on skill, God.
I did.
Oh my God.
She is
you gotta put a little bass in it though. Haven't you learned by now?
She's on the record saying that David Only Me gave a bunch of that money for the fence. Now she's saying the fence was paid for with just gift cards. Huh. Interesting.
Well, no, she's trying to say, no, I think that's actually her trying to say that the woman that posted yesterday was saying it was paid for. This is deflection away from that. She's trying to say, no, actually.
What? Oh, it was something else. But later on, she's going to talk about how many gift cards she got and how much money it was. She's gonna
dig it in.
It's like $6,000.
Yeah, she's digging in this hole where again. So I mean, think of it. So she's going to give us a few prices. No one seems to remember that when we picked out a fence for her, she had to change it to a better fence. So we went from $49 a panel to $69
a panel, which we ended up getting on sale, but not the sale that we originally thought it was going to be. And then the posts and all the other stuff too. Well, that was more than the gift cards. HG Christmas. And that's how it all started. Yeah. The gift cards paid for in the chat, saying that she also needed privacy. So then the fence went up. Then we crowdfunded for a fence. At this point, it would have been better if you just did this. So then that's why you didn't have to worry about nothing else. Well, here's the thing.
How many panels do you think are there? 50? Would you say 50? I mean,
maybe not even.
Maybe.
Probably less.
No. Well, let's say we went with 50. I mean, just quick math again. I think this is right in my head, but if we're going $69, that's
$69. Yeah.
Yeah, $3,450. So even if you kick everything else up, you know, they're way below their limit on numbers that they talk about. So
well, here's the thing. I wanted to do a party for a child. Some people think it was unnecessary. Some people think it was too much. Some people think, what? Look, I said I was double downing. Double downing. You mean doubling down? I wanted double downing. I wanted her to have the biggest party I could give her. Okay, that was my thing. That's what I wanted to do. In doing all that, Germ kept stalking her. People said she needed a privacy fence. I checked into it. I told people, well, hey, look, people could buy panels. We can do this. We'll have volunteers that put a fence up. No big deal. You know what I mean? Yeah, I chose a fence. They chose a different one. I like this. So now it's coming out that Felisa chose one, and she's blaming Lynette. Lynette wanted something better.
How dare you, Lynette?
This becomes a theme.
Yeah.
They chose a different one after the fact. And so I said, well, okay, because why? Because people also sent in money, okay, for the fence, though, for the fence. People sent money for the fence. It says for the fence. It doesn't say like nobody sent me anything. It says for Michelle, for John, for Harley. You know what I mean? If they sent it for HG, it was for HG Christmas, okay? But yeah, nobody sent money with their names on it. It was for the actual project themselves. So, money came in for the fence as well. We paid, whoops.
Oh, see, that's a fuck up admission too, because she's doing exactly what I said. If 20,000 came in, 6K went for something, bam, they completed it. The rest is my money, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're pulling. Man, I love it. These fucking people are so low rent, two brain cell morons. I mean, their grifts are so basic, but you have it's low rent grifters when they collide, and they did it on the backs of somebody with a big enough name. They took every audience they could bilk a little bit out of, a little bit from the storage boy, a little bit from the swamp rat. Yeah, you get enough of them. You get a few hundred people together.
Oh, just wait till you hear the amount of stuff she got for the store. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is going to be, yeah. This was good. Thank you for the person that pointed all this stuff out, by the way.
And it ends up where Felisa, at one specific point in this, you can't tell the difference between what she is saying and what we have said, or what Jeremy Hales has said. I would think I was reading a transcript of my own show if I had bad grammar.
If you had bad grammar.
Well,
you got to say a lot more.
Yeah. I'm trying to skip all the uhs and ums because it's too distracting.
Oh, shit. Yeah, for real. So hold up. Sorry. I had to put a bug fly on my shoulder and I had to eat it. So we paid extra for the fence panels. We had to pay for the posts. We had to pay for the screws, the brackets, the gate, the stain. Is that really stained? Or are they trying to do?
Yeah. That thing is not stained.
There is no fucking stain on that.
No freaking way.
And the money came in for that specifically too. For the stain, which we were supposed to be on the truck, but the stain seems to have not been on the truck.
It fell off the truck. It fell off the stain fell off the truck, you guys.
Oh, is it? Maybe it's with the memorial.
Oh, could be.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's on a
fell off
in China.
Holy shit. I don't know. But so to me, the stain is not down on the pants. The
What?
pants.
Why is there a stain on the pants?
I love when they transcript. It's like
Doesn't
right
understand her.
So let's see what else. The posts, the brackets, the screws, the cement. What else? So again, remember these items, folks. Just remember, and you keep a tab on that fence. What else? So there's a lot more to the fence. So no, the gift cards did not cover everything for the fence. Some people think it was like there's a walk around saying that the gift cards, the fence was paid for with gift cards. I see people are talking about this as if they know everything and they don't. Well, that's what happens when there's no transparency, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and they still haven't provided anything. So, yeah, until you do.
She could clear this up really quickly by
This-
posting a spreadsheet of what came in and what went out to what. That would be really easy, but she has refused from the beginning to do this.
Well, people would be able to like they're starting to lock down everything they're saying things cost. And if they're crowds, the people that donated money and also the people that are still remaining there, and they get fewer and fewer by the day, but the people that are still remaining there, they want to give money to that. You are an idiot. You've been fleeced, but hey, you got another grift now. Yeah. And the people they're connecting to, why would you think they're any better than the last group? So, okay,
Right.
you only know if you were there, and if you're the person who sent something or whatever. How would they know about the cost? By the way, how would they actually know anything?
Yeah,
And
none of the people who donated know anything about it because she hasn't told anyone.
No. No, even the person who's babbling about who sent something isn't even doesn't even know. Right? Okay. So I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done talking about it, you guys.
And then she
Anybody
will
there?
proceed to talk about it for 4 more hours.
Doesn't matter what I say. If I showed every damn receipt, you haven't shown any receipts, by the way, you
Yeah.
big lying piece of
You
garbage.
never tried. So how do you know it wouldn't make a difference? You just don't want to show us because you know damn well you can't account for it.
Well, we also will never have the total, because if we had the total amount, like I said, Lisa, I know your channel pulled. Again, I'm not subtracting for. I'm not subtracting for specific cutoff, but I with the YouTube side of it. But I know for a damn fact that up to when you started cutting Michelle loose, that your channel had gotten in super chats. Again, this is not memberships, but it gotten a little over $28,000. And then I know that. Now you may lie. You may lie and say no. That number is not there. Yeah, it is. It's 100%. Don't make me pull out the proof on that. Fight it if you want, because then I'll tell you exactly what the number is. I'll be very, very. Now again, I can't tell you what the numbers for Venmo or PayPal or any of that, but I'm sure we'll find out.
But we all saw when those super chats were coming in, it was, for the fence, for Chris, for this, for that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they were keeping track of all of that properly, which is
No.
why we said from the beginning, you should never, ever, ever use super chats to fundraise. Super chats are for the show.
Not unless it's the person that is. If it were like you were saying, hey, I've got an emergency, my car is busted down, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Right? If it's for me and my cause, then that would be it.
That's different because it's your show. And everybody knows where the money's going, but you don't use super chats. In fact, YouTube tells you not to.
Yep.
You don't use super chats as a fundraiser. You just don't do that. It's too hard to keep track of. And it opens you up to all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
and
liability.
Google is taking 30% off the top.
Yep. The liability too. It's just wild to think about. Again, Preston. I'm sure Preston is going to change that mind real quick. Like there's something again that's holding her back still in her statement. You can see the rest.
I think I know what it is. I think I'm not going to say what it is, what I think it is, but I think I figured it out based on reading this transcript, and maybe some of you will figure it out too. But I think I know exactly what it is that's holding her back.
We'll have to figure. We'll have to see. It makes me really curious on that now. But does it matter? Does it matter? And then I didn't care. The permits were there. They expired. They had permits for March of 2024. I didn't even meet them until November 2024. The barn wasn't going to get even touched or worked on till January after the holidays. They promised though it would be done before the holidays. Remember that?
Yeah, like they did. She said that they would be in the barn and being able to use the barn by then. By shortly, either the holiday, she envisioned it by the holidays, but definitely right after. We already read those transcripts.
Yeah, and now we weren't even going to start until January. What? Okay, so we had someone that was going to do the framework. Then all of a sudden, they had like 20 days left of a permit. Trying to get them there faster. We ended up having to pull.
We ended up having to pull in another contractor to do it. He came and got the blueprints, disappeared with the blueprints.
What?
Uh-huh. And finally got the blueprints back. They're claiming they don't have the blueprints, but that's a damn lie. So whoever is making this post has no idea what they're talking about because the fence came first, then HG Christmas, then it was the barn. There were 3 projects. Wasn't it just a short period ago when she said, I never said I was going to do a barn?
Yes.
It's funny how she went from, I never said I was going to do a barn to now, after we called her on it and showed the transcripts of her doing the barn, now she's back to, there were 3 projects.
I'm telling these people, some of their, I'm just going to say this straight up. If the people that gave money, if they are not disturbed enough by this to report this as fraud, then y'all are fucked up. Again, let somebody that actually has the ability determine whether or not it's fraud.
Right? Yeah, at the very least, let them investigate it. Give it to the police so they can investigate it because you guys got ripped off, and this is terrible. She has the freaking blueprints. So whoever posted this lies. I have no idea what's been told to her. Things get conjured. Now, when she says people's heads, she means LMNOP. Things conjured up in people's heads and they say whatever they want. I don't care, but that's the truth. That's the bottom line. And at this point, I'm ready to just like talk to people and say, hey, look, I could do this or I can send this back to you. Yeah, and it's all about HG. That's all it was ever about. And that's what it's coming down to because I have nothing to do with those permits. Nothing. This engineer that's been talked about, okay, was something that came up because somebody screwed up on their own permits, knew about it and did nothing and expected it to be done while they're purchasing other things and asking people for other things, like maybe that permanent jewelry setup.
So
instead of getting her permit because that thing was expensive. And by the way,
the electric scooter, the dog.
The jewelry stands were thousands of dollars. Thousands.
Well, I mean, you got the dog. Remember the dog thing? They were so proud of, and they told you how expensive it was. Remember the scooter? Like when the scooter came in, we were like, "Holy shit, where did that come from?"
Yeah, she's zipping around on a little scooter. Yeah, I know. We got a couple of super tips to go over. Let's do that because those are always fun. Martin S., thanks for the 5.
Would people please sign up for my Only Grands account? It'll be fun. Just me and Fleesa.
Only Grands?
Oh, gross. Only Grands.
And Razilla's Realm, thanks for the 5.
Remember that August is Leak Awareness Month, the sandiest and perhaps the best of the onion family. And remember that it's also better buying a leak rather than taking one.
That's pretty good.
And Robert, thanks for the 5.
Why do women and children leave first in an emergency? So the men can solve the problem in quiet.
That's great. That is exactly the kind of joke my dad would tell. I got to tell him that one. He would laugh so hard. Sticky Widget, thanks for the 15. Buckle up, folks. This one's a long one.
God damn it, Megan. I told you that all of this YouTube nonsense would send back to the Waffle House.
I know, Dad, but I like waffles.
Megan, you can borrow my waffle stompers.
You had me at waffle stomping. I'll allow it.
What the world? That was awesome.
Midget, thank you so much. That was hysterical. You are hilarious. Oh my God, you guys, super tips are so fun. AI for the win. Obviously, it is for satire and parody purposes only. That is a computer voice, not actual people, and just for fun and laughs. All right. And by the way, if you want to go and test it out, the link is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. So it's easy to get to. Okay, I got to get back to my page. Where was I? Oh, yeah. While they're asking people for other things. If you ask me, because I just found out yesterday that this person, and of course she's talking about Elemental P, or no, not Elemental P. She's talking about the permit person, the engineer person, could have been paid in payments, which means payments should have been made, right? Is that an admission that LMNOP got payments from Fleesa?
Well, see, I'm thinking there had to be money that exchanged. There is no way that LP sat there while this amount of money rolled in and she didn't get anything. There is no way she would have sat silent. That cannot be,
No way. No way. Okay, and if you knew it was that important when you got your money, you should have started paying off or got it settled or done or whatever you needed to do instead of expecting other people to do it. So there was money.
When you got your money.
When you got your money. So there was money. She's saying she gave money. We don't know what to believe.
We don't know that's true, by the way.
Right. She's saying that she was given some money and she expected her to start getting the permit stuff taken care of, and she didn't. So just to follow up, Flutter posted and reposted what Tree of Life said.
Jimmy said
and I think that's Jeremy. It's supposed to be. This is supposed to be
Jimmy. Jimmy Hale.
Jimmy Hale.
Jimmy Hale. Oh Lord! You're like there's another. This one. Actually,
not another character.
I'm gonna start calling him Jimmy. I'm gonna be like, blame Jimmy. Yeah.
People are so confused as it is. We can't add another nickname.
Oh my God. Said he will find out about all your financials. He's thinking that he's going to find out about all the financials through the bankruptcy court, and that's not going to happen. They have nothing to do with Lisa Flea. It has nothing to do with me. I've never given Michelle any money. And
then what does this mean?
Yeah.
When you got your money. And then she says right here, I've never given her any money. Well, then where'd she get the money?
Indeed. Like how is she supposed to pay a person off in payments when you've got the fucking money for the project?
Yeah, so which one is it? Did you give her money and expected her to make payments? Or now you're saying you never gave her any money. So how was she supposed to make payments?
I mean, there is undeniable proof that you raised money in the name of these people. It is undeniable. There is no way that you can go in and reset the clock and pretend that money somehow just fucking fell in your lap. It's a miracle. Money rained down. No, it didn't. And it's even better. Like I said, the whale of a donor. He's back to being like, yo, give me that money.
Oh God!
It's amazing.
And wait, it gets worse. It gets worse. Keep reading.
Oh my God, man! I've never given her anything, and there's no reason for me. It's not her money. It was sent for the project. The project just happens to be on her property. Okay.
What? You cannot just do a project on somebody else's property without permission and cooperation. You dummy.
What's jacked up about this is, again, the thing they're not just trying to feed this to people online. I mean, that's bad enough, right? Donors, everything else. They want to take this. They think a court would buy this argument here. We raise money in their name, sure, but it's not actually their money. It's for a project that just happens to be on their property. We're holding their money, because we're their guardians. Maybe that's why they keep talking about guardianship.
Maybe
that's their plan. We actually we put her under guardianship. She just doesn't know about it.
Be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if they got Lynette in a guardianship? Oh my God, I would laugh so hard.
I would die. I would think you'd be like, Tug, are you'd hear something like this. You'd hear, you'd be like, oh my God, there's radio silence. What's happening? I'd be like, that's the end.
That's it. The story finally killed me.
Yeah.
Here's
I would just laugh until silence. It'd be just like radio.
Like that scene in The Princess Bride. when Vicini is laughing and he just poisoned himself and he just keels over. Here's the thing, though. They kind of have her in a faux guardianship as it is.
They do. They very much do.
Situation is kind of set up like an unofficial guardianship. Here they've set themselves up as the savior. Fleece is the savior, the PR person of this desperate, needy family, and she's controlling all the money and she's doling out the money exactly the way a guardian ad litem at the court would do it for someone who is not competent. And that is how she is treating Lynette.
It's amazing too. Again, Lynette's taking it. Again, Lynette, TikTok. Now, we hear the money. If there is any left, it won't be there for long.
Yeah, you don't have much time to get it if it's there. And as much as I know I know you're going to waste it on garbage, but it's your money. So
yeah, it's still your money.
You should go and get it. You're going to blow it, but whatever.
Honestly, I have no. I mean, okay, I have empathy for some people in the beginning where they were, but people that continue to give money over time, seeing what these people actually represented, I don't actually have any empathy for it anymore. We've been saying this for months and months and months. And some of these same people, they were pretty fucking nasty about it. And we were like, yo, look, there's no goals to this. There's no actual work that's being done at the amount that's coming in. There's nothing. You just keep throwing money at a wall, and more of these groups pop up. Again, they're not materializing. You have, again, the memorial is the perfect thing. The shit with the Afghan, that's amazing to me. So apparently, if I'm reading it correctly, that Afghan that was supposed to be worth thousands of dollars, that they were supposed to sale. They got bids on it. It bid up to a certain amount. It disappeared for a while. Then it magically reappeared. And guess what they did with it? Because the person out there, I guess they were a little bit too much trouble now. They decided that they would just give it away to somebody.
Did they pay for it?
No, it was gifted. It was some lady.
No. I mean, did somebody with the auction? Did they pay?
They said something fell through on that, but we have no idea. We don't know. They said that the financing on that fell through, but do we know that for a fact? No, we have no idea, and we do know that the bidding again. If somebody didn't end up paying for that, there were other people involved in the bidding, so. They could have easily done, but again, they were just like, fuck that person, fuck LP.
Whoops. Sorry. Wrong button.
Don't know.
We have breaking news. I have just received.
Hey, that's loud. I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
Turn it down. What the
It's
hell
very
happened? Let me see.
Breaking news. The soundboard is turned on me.
The soundboard is turned on me. It is too loud. Okay, never mind. But we have breaking news. I have new screenshots of new LMNOP comments and conversation with only me. This we got to see. I got to pull this up. We're going to take a break from that. My God, I told you tonight was going to be fire.
I'm telling you. I figured it was going to be a lot of fun. I felt it happening.
This is going to be insane.
Oh, crap,
okay.
There it is. I gotta
Here we go. Here we go. I got to zoom in. 21 minutes ago, I guess. This was tonight, I guess. This is happening right now.
Right.
All right. So she says, this is going to be great. This is her side of it. She's replying to only me. We asked from Christmas for the framing to get done. We were told that she had somebody and they were going to do it for us. So we waited and we waited. John found a crew of 6 or 7 guys that said they would do it for $10,000. It would take a weekend. She said no. Then I found a construction company in Chief. Does she mean Chiefland? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
One thick construction and asked him if he would do the job. And he said yes, but it would be more money. But he said he would be glad to consult and read the plans, tell us everything we needed to know, and do it for $2.15 an hour. And she said no. Our permit lapsed. I went to Levy County. I don't know why she spells it like this. Levy County. The man's name is Bo, and I spoke with him personally and begged for another permit. Another chance, by the grace of God, he said yes. But we had to hire an engineer to privately do our inspections. The name of the man was given to Felisa with his phone number and everything. She made one phone call to him. He returned the call, got her voicemail, and never, ever, ever heard from her again.
Oh, shit.
We have asked and ass and ass.
We have ass and ass and ass. Back that thing up, lady.
And back it up. We have a butt theme happening tonight.
I'm telling you, we got butts and asses, man.
It's just everywhere. I even use the words, I'm begging you, unfriend me, please, pay the engineer. Wait, I'm begging you, unfriended me. Please pay the engineer so we can get our permit back. And nothing happened. And now we're in the position that we are in.
What? Wait. You unfriended me?
That's what it sounds like.
Holy crap. Wait a minute. I'm begging her. I'm like, Lo, you dumped me. You unfriended me. Holy shit.
Holy crap.
So she's holding your bag. And I mean, this is going to get wild there. This is going to get wild.
And nothing happened. And now we're in the position that we are in, and we have no camper to live in because of the black mold and the issues that came from the hurricane with it. And we are in a position to now not have a permit for the land, which means a lot of other things can happen, just put us in a very, very, very tight spot. I do not hate Lisa. I do not have animosity toward her. I don't understand anything that's happening right now, but I'm going to stand on the fact that I know what the truth is. John knows what the truth is. Our families know what the truth is. Our close friends, nobody knows what the truth is with you people. Look, let's just be completely honest.
You know what, Lynette? If you want, I'll tell you, Lynette. Again, you really want something. Like I said, I have nothing to do with you. I have no love for you at all. But you want to talk about what's going on, we will definitely listen to you. And if you want an actual audit of how much money is there, by God, we will get it done. I will get a lawyer. I will control that lawyer. You know, for sure. Isn't that right, man? We would do that. We would get a lawyer for you. We would audit those. We would make fucking sure that you knew how many dollars, because you know what? I imagine that there's so many dollary dues in there. You think that you think everything's down to 18K? You think that's what your totals actually ran to? No way, lady. No way. There is.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, I think, though, this person screwed you out of so much money. They have committed a huge crime. And if they've stolen your money, their asses need to go to jail for it. They have, because what this is it's the same shit we saw before with elder abuse. It's a fraud against elders. Because, I mean, again, she meets the mark. Like, this is, again, what we've said forever. She meets the demographic that they have defrauded before. Just because I feel like you're scammy and you do all of this stuff, again, this is your money. They raised it in your name. They raised it in your child's name. They have no claim to it whatsoever. So.
Hey, get this. In Florida, grand theft is defined as the intentional and unlawful taking or use of another person's property valued at $750 or more. And it's a third degree grand theft if it's between $750 and $20,000. It is a second degree if it's between 20,000 and 100,000, which I think is about the right one.
That's there.
I think it's about there.
My mind says it's somewhere between 50 and 70,000.
That comes up to 50. That comes with a penalty of up to 15 years in prison and a fine of $10,000. By the way, so. We'll I don't know what you're doing, sitting around going, I'm not going to sue her. I'm not going to do anything. Like, Yeah, that's crazy.
That money's gone, lady. By the time you get around to, I know how this cycle will go. It'll become more and more bitter, and sooner or later we're going to have an epic brawl, which I'm down for. I love it. But
Oh yeah, I'm down for it. I am too.
but you know what? All the people that gave money, I'm not down for all of them getting screwed over because there are some decent people in the mix. I think some people are absolute trash and they deserve to be defrauded. I don't like some of them and fuck them, but some of them didn't deserve it. You know, there are people out there that they thought, you know, they were doing something from the kindness of their own hearts. And I don't think they deserve that. And I think that the money they raised should go to you. So like I said, you want help, hit me up. Again. I think our resume speaks for itself. We are very dogged in fights, and ain't nobody going to back my ass down ever, lady. You know, so yeah, you want an accounting again? I will control a lawyer, but I will get it done for sure. You're just not gonna, you're not going to tell me that I can't find stuff out. No, raise my no. I will get it done. I will 100%. I will make sure I will have an accounting, and you will blow your freaking your Posturepedic socks off.
I'm definitely down for the fight, though. I think that this cartoon that I've made today really captures what the spirit. I know there's too many teeth in it, though. I know. I realize that. I forgot to tell it.
God, they could have a bite off.
You know what? I would love to see a slap off. You know, you ever see those slap contests? You ever see those where they get, you know, to slap each other and like?
Oh yeah.
That would be.
That. Oh God, that would be really funny. Man, those are insane. By the way, I've watched them.
I know, aren't they crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people where I thought they're never coming back from that. You talk about concussions and stuff. You know, most sports have something that protects you, but they shouldn't call it slap off. They should call it like concussion offs. You know.
Look at this one. She's hugging a turtle. I love this one. The turtle is dead. It's got its tongue out. Look at she landed on the turtle and squished it, and its tongue is hanging out.
Oh my God, that chicken looks batter fried already too.
I know. That's a deep fried chicken walking around. I also really love the tarps on the fence. God, the tarps are so good. So good. All right, sorry. We got to get back to this. Let's see. What was I looking at? This.
There's so much. Yeah, you were looking at the post for stuff.
Our families know the truth, blah, blah. Nobody knows the truth. That's where I was. Yeah. Who did anymore? So anyone who did make donations that did it with their heart in the right place, we would be more than happy if you were to talk to us personal. And we don't understand why that didn't happen. And we're devastated. Our hearts are broken. She's always devastated with a broken heart.
No, but you know why? You know why it didn't happen personally? Because again, these people, you need to admit that they were running PR for you. You had them out there collecting things, benefits in your name. Because again, legally, like all of that ties together. So admit they were your PR. They said it. They said it publicly. Just absolutely admit it. Because again, they were your voice, they were your hands, they were your pocket. All of that money was supposed to go straight to you. Admit it, and again, you could reclaim it. It'll be amazing too.
Now she's claiming that the lumber is in the house. They realized when nothing was getting done, they moved it inside. So it's being protected from the weather. We already read this one. This was about the Zoom call. This is by the way, I do want to go over this real quick. She says she had a very quick Zoom call with the new trustee. We got a short continuance and nobody was yelled at and nobody was warned about anything. I'm sorry, Lynette. I don't believe you. You know why? Because I've seen the way that you act in court.
You are not a nice person. My child just fell down. I have anxiety over the roof.
I know.
I've seen how she reacts to John. It's like they're terrible around one another.
John, get away from the window.
Yeah, I mean, she just yells for nothing. It's like there is no impulse control whatsoever. It doesn't matter the setting. So I don't believe that she's. I can't imagine her being very nice and pleasant. I just can't imagine it. Period.
I can't either. And then this was an old one. So let's see. Let's go to the next one.
Did BBB? This is a question again. I'm not saying this is true, but did BBB run?
Maybe.
They it looks like are in Armenia again. So I mean, that,
Possibly.
that seems to be the indicators that keep coming up. So I'm curious about that. Is that what happened? BBB, did you run, buddy?
I mean, his wife is like posting stuff about being in Armenia. So maybe. I don't know.
I got this thing of quotes not quotes, but like daily, you know, those like Post-its that come out and stuff that they give you like advice on the daily. So my advice thing for daily, it was like, this would be a good one for her. Imagine what bridges in your life you need to burn ASAP. There you go. That's a good one for her today.
I missed a part of this. Let's go back in here because this is funny. She says to someone named Carly, I agree with a lot of the things you said. We don't have that post. I don't know why. We have done nothing to the other side. Nothing. We are 100% innocent. 100%. This is so Laura Owens. 100,000,000%. And I resent anything or anyone who says different. We've done nothing. Everything being done to us is being done because it's making people rich on YouTube. But maybe she should point those fingers at Felisa. That is all it is. It has been done to us and others solely for the purpose of making money on the internet. That's it. Well, that's weird because, you know, Tug and I have been making money on the internet for many years on our show, and that's what we have a show. That's what we do.
Indeed.
Felisa, on the other hand, has not been making money on YouTube for very long. You know, when she started making money on YouTube, we can literally pinpoint it.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't until she started doing all of the turning LMNOP into her cause celeb. That's when it happened.
Actually, you want me to tell you what's really funny? Okay. When the money dried up, when she started making money again, she started making it. Remember when the explosion and they turned on her and said they were going to throw her off the boat? Mm-hmm. That's in those 2 days that they did that. When it started up, they made over $1,000 in super chats, not counting memberships and stuff. They did, and their high day was $717. So yeah, they made money off of this lady, and then they made money off of just lambasting her and being her victim. See, they're trying to out victimize one another. Lynette, you need another strategy there, because Lisa owns you in this right now. She owns your audience. She basically inserted herself into this, just like BBB. Their names, they told you to shut up, stay on the sideline, keep it shut down, and you did. You let them speak for you. So of course they co-opted everything about you, and it's amazing to watch. This is.
Yep, it is.
They out-grifted a pro grifter. How the fuck did you fall for this, Lynette? You should know better. I mean, I feel like I'm watching one of those shows, when a couple of scammers get together in a movie and they go out and do something, and one of the scammers actually gets screwed over by the other scammer, and they're like, how did this happen? I feel like I've been watching that movie.
That's why I love my new song, Scammers Scamming Scammers. It's really funny when you think about it. It's really funny.
What's bad? We've been saying this would happen forever, though. By the way, let me.
Love being right.
Oh, I love it. I love that. This I Told You So is beautiful.
It's
this is. Yeah. By the way, there are over 3,500 of you popping in here. So if you like this show, make sure to tell people this is live, because it is happening. Oh my God, it's gonna be happening for days. You can just feel it, because Lynette's posting now. It's gonna be so spicy. It is. It's gonna be real spicy, real quick.
It sure is.
If you enjoy this, make sure that you support ye old channel with ye old breadsticks. And make sure when those breadsticks come up that you know that Megan loves square bullet points, because she absolutely does. And she loves that thumbnail. She absolutely
Please
loves it.
Don't make me say it again.
Yes, she really wants to dedicate a little bit of her time to telling me how much she loves that thumbnail.
I really don't. But I will do it. I will do it because I have to read the super chats.
I mean, it's given. It's given. In fact, I mean, just imagine how happy she'll be. She'll be out there. She'll be like,
oh no.
Oh, look at her smiling. You know, if you want to see that smile there, oh look,
Oh my God! Don't
in
get
the
too
holy
close.
city.
Jeez.
You too can support having this thumbnail forever. That's right.
I'm gonna be like 60, and he's still gonna be using this.
I want to
Of course, by
bronze the
then-
damn thing like kids' shoes, you know.
By then, I'll be like, "Thank God you're still using that
Oh my
picture. I
God,
look
I'm
so
gonna
much
have a-
better back then."
I'm gonna have a coffee cup made or something.
A coffee cup.
I am.
You
I'm gonna have
can.
a coffee
That's copyright violation. I will sue you. This will be. I will sue you, and then this
cup.
will be
Temporary
us.
tattoos.
This will
made
be
for
us.
and
I'll be.
masks.
This will be us rolling around.
Oh my God. Yes, but Megan really wants to say that she loves this. She does. She just needs your help.
This is a really funny.
Yeah, we were reading something. I'm sorry. I
This
really
is
got
a really
caught up in
funny super tip that just came through from DTG. I gotta play it. Thanks for the 20.
One of the best inside jokes around here is the way everyone uses AI Judge Bev to say, and tried.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow anything.
Hey, Laura, can you give me that bachelor's phone number?
You ladies should do better.
You need
ladies
that
should do
bachelor's
better.
phone number. That's awesome.
I liked Jeff at the end there. You ladies should do better.
I just like that there. Give me that phone number from that bachelor. Oh man, look.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Oh my
What?
God! Look what's going. Look,
Oh.
there's there's this amazing membership. You know what does that say? My eyes.
1252 is a member. It says, "My name is Megan, and I love Tug's thumbnail."
Oh my God, that's my. What does this one say? I can't read that. My eyes hurt.
Thank you, Rach G, for the 10. Hi, I like the thumbnail Tug uses of me. I love the square bullet points. Please send me scented trash bags. I prefer those over breadsticks.
That's what we should do. We got to change this here. We got to change it to scented trash bag money.
No.
Yeah, no breadsticks. We don't call them that anymore. Here
Oh my
it is scented
God.
trash bag money.
Oh, no. Don't- I
Send
just
you a
saying
scented trash bag money.
Just saying it makes the sense that my olfactory system cringe. Oh, I can smell the Febreze right now.
Those things really are bad. You know, it's really the
They're
worst ones are those
horrific.
dollar store ones. Oh my God, they're so bad.
Oh God, I've never smelled the dollar store ones.
Oh my God, I need to I'll go down to the dollar store and get some for you.
No.
I'll send it. They're only $1. Shit, I can afford
Stop
that
it.
easily. I'll send it to you.
Stop it. All right, let's get back to the transcript before he ruins my life with scented
You could huff
trash
them, you know.
bags.
Oh, it's
Oh,
good.
yuck. Where's my button that I need this button? There we
You
go.
could wear them like oh my God, like the beer bug masks. You could turn one in.
Oh,
It'd be like
yuck.
scented masks.
Oh,
Mm.
yuck. Absolutely not. You are not funny.
Yeah.
It's not satire and I know it.
I love trash bags and I know it. It's
All
okay,
right.
okay. I've derailed enough.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I don't even remember who was reading.
I think you were.
I think it was me. Okay. It was sent for the project. The project just happens to be on her property. Okay. Each project. So it's not hers. She's never been sent anything. So he's not going to find out anything that has to do with me. It's just not, he's bullshitting all of you. He's bullshitting. Personally, I would talk to the people that gave the money. No way I'm paying. This will be able to afford a permit or complete the build. No way I'm paying. Okay, I think there are supposed to be like commas.
I think
No
that,
way.
yeah. She's saying
I'm
no way this
paying.
is going to be able to afford everything.
I'm paying. This will be no way this will be able to afford the permit or complete the build. Well, apparently they would have been able to if they had made the payments for this permit thing. Well, how are they going to make the payments if they're so
Yeah.
broke and indigent? They don't have any money. And you just
And-
said you didn't give her anything.
Yeah, I mean, she's playing this game of they should have paid for it. Well, they had the money. You just controlled it. You are the epitome of bad guardianship.
Look at Aaron's
Sexy
comment.
bottom bloated.
Bloated.
Yeah, I like it.
Doug's
like it.
avatar's
That is
new song.
beautiful. I'm
Wait.
sexy bottom bloated.
Wait, we have to make you bigger. There you go. Now you do it again.
Yeah, I'm sexy, but I'm bloated. That's right. Where's the opera?
It's not satire and I know it.
Is that a whopper on the floor? You just haven't seen me. You're like, what?
Oh my God, yes. Tug. I'm too sexy.
I'm too sexy for my coat. That's hilarious.
I'm joking.
Mm.
Chat, stop being so funny. Please. I'm trying to read this transcript.
This is way too much for one day, man. This is gonna be
I know,
good.
maybe we won't get. Well, wait, we're doing pretty good.
We're actually doing very good. I mean, we didn't really derail as much as we had multiple subjects pop up and Lynette. I mean, again, what we've gotten into, this isn't like a disagreement where people fall out. This is a scammer, like Megan said, a scammer got scammed and it's falling the fuck apart. And
So
they
beautiful.
all know it. You have
So
people.
beautiful. I can barely speak.
What do
It's
you
just
think? What do you
beautiful.
think it's like behind the scenes, though? You know, it must be crazy
Oh,
for her to do
oh,
this.
Well, there's
Like
some
people,
indication about how bad it is behind the scenes. If we would just keep reading, we'd figure it out.
no, I'm saying like it's got to be 10 times worse than anything we think. Like it's got to be like knives
gotta be
out and it's
bad.
getting there. You know. So
There.
anyway,
There's
you're
this-
the reading, by
there's-
the way. I
I
can't
know.
read.
I'm the one reading. I know. It's me. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. No way I'm paying. Okay. Now what they got to do is never mind. I'm not going to say it because people could mess with that. So I'm not going to say anything about it. But here's the thing. If people want to come out and say they're someone's friend and post lies or try to make people think otherwise, I'm going to respond to that because it involves me. I know the truth. I've been telling everybody what's been going on this whole time. Well, except for how much money was brought in and how much was spent. Nothing has changed in anything I have to say about it. Okay. And that's just it. That's it. Now, if someone has something conjured in their head, like, I got an email and I don't open the emails. She's talking about emails from LMNOP because of what I see in the subject. Okay. I got an email that says hurting us and said something in the subject about I spoke to the two people you spoke to, meaning these girls that had to do with her suing me.
Oh my God, this is so crazy. Okay, soon as I saw that, I'm not even reading it because she's already coming to try and attack me with that. And she didn't speak to the two people I spoke to because she doesn't know who I spoke. You said who they were on stream. What are you talking about? You read one of the letters.
She
Holy
did?
shit.
Did I miss that?
No. Remember when it all blew up? God, I can't remember. The one lady they kept saying was a troll. She went in and she read the letter where, remember, I titled the stream on that day was I think it was Preston suing, Anti-Hales.
Right. That one.
Yeah.
Right.
So she read that letter, but she also mentioned other people she talked to. So, for her to say, you don't know who I talked to, the fucking world knows who you talk to. What are you saying? Unless there's more, but what a lie. Okay, it's conjured in her head. So when the stuff is spinning from that point forward. So I do not speak to anyone in that regard. I need to speak to someone because the property. So I speak to John and John only. No, she isn't suing him. Not as far as I know. Suing John. Is that what she just said? But she can't, she has no standing. If someone sent, maybe she said me, it wasn't him, but me, if someone sent me money and said that give this to Michelle and I didn't, or was saying here, send money for Michelle, which did not happen. That'd be a totally different story.
How did that not happen? You cannot say send money for HG without that money going to her guardian, her legal guardian. And there's only one legal guardian. It is not John. it is LMNOP. You did say send me money for her, because anything you said that would go, you said it was for the family. How does it go to them without going to her? This is such weird semantics. Sorry, continue.
No, 100%. I mean, that's, let's see, where was I? So,
but that did not happen right here.
oh yeah, but I did not have, that's not the case. And you know, that's it. So whatever they're spewing a bunch of, so you want the truth, you're going to get it here. Yeah, she's been a bunch of BS. I'm surprised though. It'll put in bullshit.
It put in bullshit, but it doesn't put in shit. It's weird. I don't know why.
It is very weird there. You know.
I know. That's the YouTube. So it's a YouTube transcript. It's a YouTube thing.
It's really bizarre though.
I know.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'm literally. I've had enough. I've absolutely had enough. I love that though, and I've been saying that for kind of a while. And you know, I've done nothing but try to protect and make it so that no other can happen, especially from my own chat. She had fit because her message was removed that she was posting. I told her not to post in my chat anything about HG or any of the cases. She did. She got mad and she started saying stuff and insinuating that I've been doing something wrong and everybody's been running with it. Well, guess what? If you want to do that to me and I'm here trying to help, okay. I haven't been there in months because you have no
permit. First, it's like, we can't do this without a permit. Then it was like, all right, well, let's just do it. You worry about the permit later, okay? So that's what we were going to do. So what are we doing? We're waiting on a framer. Okay, great. We got a frame. Now it's all about this engineer dude. But yet this whole time, you knew you could make payments. See, I'm saying too much. I'm saying too much. Look, people can believe what they want. I no longer care anymore. All I know is I'm not going to screw over the people who entrusted me to do a project that was supposed to help HG. So it's all about HG, and I will speak to these people. I already know this big donor says it's all about HG, so I'm not even going to go to him.
Oh, wait, you're going to speak to you're going to speak to all the people that gave money except for the guy who gave the most
$6,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
That guy doesn't matter. You know why? Because he's to the point where, again, they reeled him in. They reeled him in because of, I'm going to say, Stupid Dave. Stupid Dave got called out because he ain't his buddy. And afterwards, he was like, no, I knew everything was okay. But it didn't hold because these people treat him. By the way, he's over right now. Did you know today he's over in old Swampy's chat trying to, he's giving this guy like massive amounts of money over there. This guy shit on him publicly, talk trash to him, but he has to have that savior spotlight. So, it's amazing, man. Dude, these people don't respect you, man. Like, what does it take? I mean, they've treated you like absolute trash. Your
she's
friends
not even going to go to him. She's not going to talk to him.
I mean, look, this is what it got you in that circle. The same people that go on that show and they talk shit about you, you're giving money to another one now. But whatever. Anyway, I don't have anything to do with that. It's going to go to HG regardless, or it's going back. That's it. But you're not going to talk to the guy to give it back to him. How are you going to give it back to? Okay, I'm not dealing with any more you want to try and turn around and talk shit about someone who's been trying to help you and got their community to rally around you. Actually, I'm going to say that you stole their community. But hey, what do I know? And help you because you come with your daughter. This is all about HG. Yeah, she just has to live in a fucking unair conditioned shithole right now. A
tin box or whatever. Yeah.
But hey, it's all about her. You're saving her, right? And you want to try to do that to me. You can say whatever you want, but you talking to someone, your friend, who talks to me and tells them that. By the way. I thought about this too. Lynette can try to go to another person in that ecosystem, but they're all connected. None of them will help her. None of them.
Yeah, they're all connected. Is right.
Like I said, again, reach out to the people that they have no reason to help you, and they definitely don't like. You know why I would do that accounting thing? Because I very much dislike these people. So yeah, we would totally get your numbers there. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back. but you're talking to someone, your friend, who talks to me and tells them things, then wonders why they're not telling me, which means you're purposely saying them so it gets back to me, and then threaten me to go public. Well, go public. Go ahead. Go do it. They need more help. Well, exactly. You've only been there to help. Entitlement doesn't look, but I knew it. I just, oh yeah.
Go ahead and threaten me. Do whatever you got to do, whatever that is. And the only thing that I saw that people were sending me tonight was a friend. And I'm putting my fingers up in quotes. A friend seems to have all this knowledge, and apparently from her. And well, she got it wrong. And whatever people are reposting it or supposed to, Felicia, why not just buy what else is needed, liquidate the money? At least they have the material that's there, and the only thing that's left was supposed to come as the framer, and that's what's kind of happening. And now all of a sudden she says, no, we need the engineer, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you knew you needed it, you've got at least 3 payments. Oh, what 3 payments? From who?
Yeah, you said you didn't give any money, by the way.
You said you didn't give her any.
You gave her money, and you messed up, and you said you did. So there you go. It's right there. You took money. You took money on their behalf. You gave them money too. You don't think Hales has any way of looking into this, really? Because you've admitted it.
What is this 3 payments? If she's saying I never gave her a dime, but it says right here, you've gotten at least 3 payments. 3 payments. Why didn't you go and take care of it? There's my answer. You had a permit. So where'd the payments, the 3 payments come from if Felicia didn't give her anything? This is crazy. Who else had money?
There is no way they didn't give her money. We know. We know for a damn fact without seeing any proof whatsoever. Preston is the proof. Because Preston, there is no way she would have sat on the sideline, watched these people gobble up all that money, and just sit quietly on her head. There is no.
She was given at least 3 payments, according to Felicia. She's trying to say that I left the permit. No, I did not. You had a permit since March of last year. The reason the permit ran out, and it's written down. Nothing has happened to that property. Oh, really? Nothing has happened to the property. So you've done nothing on the property. That's an interesting admission.
It is indeed.
Well, why didn't anything happen to that property for 8 months? Yeah, that's a question we have for you, Felicia. You're the one with the money. Why haven't you done anything? She was asked, what would you have done if you never even met Felicia? Oh, we would have figured it out. Okay. Well, then why didn't you figure out the engineer? So, all right. He's not going to blame me for that. And then there's some blah, bitty, blah. All right, Tug, here you go. Oh, wait, Tug's gone. He's taking
I got a raider real quick.
Oh, okay.
She just got home, so she's excitable,
Ah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, give me a minute. I gotta.
Yeah, no problem.
Right.
All right. While he is taking care of excitable kidlets, let's do a couple super chats. How about that? All right. We got Green Veggie Beast. Thanks for the 5. Okay. First off, on the 13th, I turned 56. I am old. Please beat me. I really like it. Mommy. Well, I'll play you a birthday song. That I can do. I can play you a birthday song.
Happy birthday from both of us to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
Awesome. Are you back, Tug?
I am. Yeah. I just.
Okay. Great.
I got my raid. I was like, hey, you know.
Where were we at? Oh, this is great. Is this still me or is it you? It's you. It's you.
Is it me now? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I gotta blow this back up here. I mean, guys, I could have easily just taken this scenario and just been like, I'm never doing this again. But that's not me, you know. I like helping people. I like putting smiles on people's face. I like putting dollars in my pocket. No, wait. I just, you know, I wanted to have a party. I didn't set out to complete a barn, but she just said that she had 3 projects, remember? like you can't even keep the narrative straight in one.
I like the next sentence.
Oh my God.
Like the next one.
That was just thrown upon me because someone sent money just to do it.
So why didn't you do it?
Why didn't you send the money back if there's a problem?
Yeah, and if it was too much for you to do, why didn't you say, no, that's too big of a project for me. I can't handle that. No, thank you. And return the money. Because if you didn't set out to do this, then why take the money and then not do the project? It's crazy.
It blows my mind that that these folks, I mean, when you see all of this stuff, they're not waking up to it. Like their numbers have been way down lately, by the way. Even the clip, you know, I'm thinking, man, there's some clippers still over there. But I even think like some of the clippers were like, man, I'm tired of these people. When you see like
hard to listen to, that's why I like the transcripts better.
Yeah, it's good. But I do appreciate, like I said, I can't stand listening to these shows. So if
and I watch So You Don't Have to. That account on Facebook is
she watched a lot last night. You know what was amazing about it? Between this, you know, the pointing here and what she was pointing out, like that got me interested. And then, like I said, somebody else was like, yo, you really should check out last night. Oh, man, amazing. I mean, it's a meltdown and a half. But so sent money to do. However, it wasn't enough to do what needed to be done. Oh my God. $56,000, not enough, man. And other people
absolutely could have framed it and insulated it, and that was the main 2 things that needed to be done, because everything else could have been like, you know, hooking up a toilet to the plumbing to the septic, not that hard. You can get somebody to do that. Running electricity, not that hard. Like you can get help with. John could probably do that. It's not that hard to do the things after the framing and the insulation. Those 2 things absolutely could have been done for $56,000. Come on.
She absolutely had enough money. First, we've seen the expense report that LP put out, you know, saying here's the amount of money. It had enough leeway to throw in that $10,000 for quote unquote Mexicans. You know, it had that leeway in there. $56,000 was more than enough to complete their project.
Oh God, this gets so good. I can't wait till I hope we make it there tonight. There is a part in here about the other stuff, the toilets and oh my God, it gets so insane. Wait until
drop in there. Yeah, and this. I think this is just the beginning of shots fired. I think it's getting crazier, man.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. So I was doing no problem. All I got to do is organize people to go there, right? Well, good luck with contractors and people wanting to go to Otter Creek and deal with Michelle, to deal with her, who's involved with Jeremy Hale. Because trust me, a lot of people know what the hell's going on over there, shockingly. Yeah.
Is she blaming Jeremy Hales, saying contractors won't go over there because of him? Give me a break. That's just dumb.
It's just another way to again blame Jeremy. You know, like we made a joke out of it because of everything they do. Oh well, you know, I had to keep the 56K because Jeremy. That should be a new line in the Blame Jeremy song. You know.
Yeah.
But shockingly, but they do. One thing I will say is I talked to John, and this has nothing to do with John as far as anything I have to say. Yeah, John, man, John, by the way, sticking that knife in your back too. Preston. So there you go. John's running behind your back, talking to 2L. You're getting screwed. Hey, maybe John's taking some of the money too. Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, oh, I forgot. Here, let me get my last word in. Okay, there you
go. When it comes to, I guess, conversation, he's in the middle. John's a good guy. John cares about this, about HG. And I think John in all this gets a bad rap. John's a good guy. And I'm not saying anybody's a bad guy or a bad person. I'm just saying the situation. And I think a lot of people are just chatting in their ear and she's listening to the wrong people. And well, she is. She absolutely is. And she wants to, but like there's waiting into the last minute factor or being lazy factor. However, you want to do it. However you want to do it. And then there's expecting everybody else to do everything. And here's the thing. You have to be able to make sure that you can take care of yourself. And you can't just be like, well, I'll figure it out. Look at this.
You know what's weird is this more and more sounds like things that Jeremy Hales was saying. And they call him
this is the part monster. This is the part of the thing where I would have thought it came from my show, except for the bad grammar. Because she begins to talk about what we've been saying. You can't just be like, we'll figure it out. No, you have to make sure this is taken care of. If this is what's needed, and you can make me, I actually tried to talk to this guy, this engineer. We played phone tag once and then several calls. He still never called back. So like, I actually did try to talk to this guy. Someone said I never spoke to the county. That's shit. I spoke to the county several times. I mean, it's just that there's a lot of crap that goes back and forth. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. So true. No, I'm going to do what I'm going to do as it gets done, that everything's there for a framework to start working. But when people start posting things or I'm being threatened to go public, because you're just going to throw yourself under the bus, not me. I mean, you may have my haters, hate more on me or try to say whatever, but trust me, it's going to end up hurting you because it comes off as ungrateful.
What a threat, man.
Oh, here we go. I highlighted it in pink.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
And look, I'm just sitting here waiting for everybody else to get done what they do. I have a project. Otherwise, I'll turn around and give it back or, come up with something else for HG. I know. Yeah, this is crazy. You should listen to this, but just drink this in.
We're going to have to read this twice.
Yes, drink this in. I know that there's one main concern about HG's future, which, her schooling and her education, that's a major concern. Not just myself, but by, let's just say, people in the legal realm. You know what I mean? There's a concern about her future. What?
Holy shit.
Yeah. What a fucking bombshell to drop out there.
Let me get this straight. The people who have told us for the last year in all these aggressive tones that the child is well cared for and there are no concerns and she has good parents are now echoing that there's real concern about her education and her future. So the child, let me get this straight, is at risk?
For the people in the legal realm? Well, what exactly does that mean? Are you talking about protective services? That's what it sounds like.
Look, DTG got it. That's the mutually assured destruction. Yep. There it is. Yep. That's it. That's it right there. And the way she says it, let's just say people in the legal realm. I am telling you right now, I am betting that she knows everything that has gone on with DFS and this family. I'm assuming she's probably got her hands on some of the reports. And the reports, let's just say, the reports probably don't say what LMNOP has been saying they do.
What's jacked up is if she's been sitting on that for a while and basically shouting down anyone that ever brings up, again, red flags. The red flags we've all talked about. Again, LP's own words, freaking other people's words, whatever. People that have seen it on property, people in the past. Now it's all a concern again. That's amazing.
Let me get this
People
straight.
in the
This
legal realm.
person who has been threatening to, we're going to get sued for saying that this child is in danger, you are now saying the same thing.
You're her mouthpiece too. I hate to tell you, but you put out there that you were her PR. You were, until you co-opted her voice and essentially silenced her with it, which is amazing. You outvoiced the person behind it. But while you were doing that, you threatened us over and over. In fact, you even wanted to cheerlead the idea that somebody would bring litigation against us, against Jeremy Hales too. You tried to raise money, and you're saying the same thing. There's no way around it. We have the actual clip of this too, and the clip sounds even worse. It does. You think the transcript is like, holy crap?
We're gonna play that. We're gonna, and not on YouTube.
Yeah,
not
it'll
tonight.
be the next.
We'll do a Rumble exclusive. Yeah,
it's worth it too, because there's some clips you'll be like from that. It's holy God. But yeah, that statement right there. That statement again, like you said, mutually assured destruction. They know way too much, and you can tell. Otherwise, LP would be out there screaming to the high heavens.
Look at it. Does Reality says Lisa's admitting that she knew there was issues, didn't care, wanted the money and channel growth.
Yeah.
That is how it seems, because now suddenly you're concerned about her education. Now suddenly you're concerned about this child's future. Now, and you're indicating that it's because of her guardian, because of these people. This is not because of anybody else. This is because of the parents that she has and the situation that she's in. But that's what we've been saying, and we've been threatened. We've been threatened with lawsuits for this. What's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to you for saying it? Anything going to happen to you? Are you?
I would bring this shit up. I'd be like, look, this is the people that they profess.
This is her PR team.
Yeah.
Her PR team just said it's a major concern about HG's future, which is, her schooling and her education. Although I do find it weird that the main concern isn't that she doesn't have a safe place to sleep.
Well,
frankly, as the mother, that comes first. That comes first to me.
Well, the whole idea of trust or all of this stuff, that right there is the memorial all over again. That's a hypothetical that comes in down the road somewhere. It'll come. Don't worry about it. It'll come. But if you actually had to do something in the now, that's different. I mean, again, you can hate these people all you want. At the end of the day, it's their fucking money, and you raised it off of them, and you say that it's about your concerns for a kid. Now you're telling us that you knew all the time. I mean, again, when it gets nasty in this little slap fight, and it'll get worse too. It's going to get a lot crazier. You might as well come out and tell whatever the fuck you know.
Oh
Maybe
my
the
God,
truth
I
will
didn't even
set you
think
free.
about this. As Shine says, now her saying there's no more help from Levy County makes sense. She can't call Levy County. She knows Fleesa will report her to CPS. Maybe.
Ooh.
I mean, that's always a possibility.
Did some of these people? I wonder what the threads look like, man. There's got to be some pretty spicy ones about it. If you do anything, then I mean, they were spicy. God, man. Oh, this private communications have to be a boss. But anyway, so I mean, it could all be put in a trust for college fund or a trust for HG. I do know that in doing these projects, people did not want to send her GoFundMe money because they were insured based on her reputation and credibility. Wait, what?
Oh, but she's going to try and blame it on Jeremy, though, and then in the rest of the sentence.
But that's insane. But you're saying that she can't have the money. Then give it to her. Give her all the fucking money.
Saying that the people donating didn't want to give it directly to her.
Yeah, but she won't give it either. That's the thing.
Won't give it to her either.
like you can't blame Jeremy for what you're doing.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't say
you can't do that. You're right.
Because you're saying she can't be trusted to do the project on her own. Give her fucking money, then. If you're otherwise, you're saying that she is not trusted. And you've already said it. I mean, we have transcripts of you saying it. So you can't double back and be like, well, people don't trust her because of Jeremy. No. No. Anyway, based on the threat there for 2.5 years, they were unsure what would happen with it. They didn't want it to disappear. They wanted to go exactly what it was supposed to be. Wait a minute, I thought it wasn't for specific things. Now it is for specific things like projects, like fundraising. That's strange. They wanted
confusing.
Yeah. They didn't want it to go to her because of her reputation. They wanted it to go. They wanted to know exactly what it would go for. Which is exactly why I kept saying it's going to exactly what it was sent to me for, because I knew my people sent it. They could have easily sent it to her GoFundMe. That's actually not how it works either. You know how channels like I watch channels that cover police corruption, for example. I like Lackluster. They're a good channel with that kind of stuff, right? And in it, they will highlight some big issue. They will point out, hey, these people need a legal fee. And their audience, they have all these folks, they go in and they help out with that, so it's not that people easily could have just sent it outright. That's not it. You pointed people to the way you wanted the money sent. You asked them to send it to you. So don't say you didn't send it. You didn't set up a GoFundMe for these things, which we noted should happen, by the way. There should have been, because again, there would have been an end goal. We would have known how much money was there, but no. Anyway, so all she had to do is say what help she needed, which she does very well. And they could have sent it, but do I regret this? No, I regret being thrown into the barn situation because of how long it's taking. And the fact that I'm getting the blame for it when, hey, you know what? You got the permit, you let it expire.
You needed to take care of that permit. And being that you're doing other things, supposedly the permit is really important. So if it's important, you should make sure you had it. And relying on everybody else to take care of it is not right. So, get what put here. Like I could easily turn around and be like, never again, never again. But I can't do that. That's not. That's not, it's not who I am. But I can say, like, with doing the lawyers, like coming up with, to raise money for the lawyer that she got for Florida. I said I wasn't doing it. I didn't want any money coming to me for, anything like that. You know what that means? You
didn't get her a lawyer for Florida, you absolute piece of garbage. I thought, by the way, the lawyer for Florida, you did help raise the money for it, and it went to bankruptcy, and I thought you were disconnected and you had nothing to do with that. So now you do have something to do with it. I'm very confused here.
Also, I think it's interesting that she's making the point that she didn't want to have anything to do with the money, as far as because she says here Bruce actually set it up for the lawyer.
It's a legal liability issue.
Yeah,
is what they.
But also, I think that we backed her off from raising more money. She got scared because we're calling it out, saying, where is it going? And I think that started to actually make a difference.
She thinks she's going to switch off and switch into guardianship and all that. I swear to God, you start trying to use little kids and stuff, and you start trying to, I swear to God, I will raise so much hell. No, because that's one, but there are already enough pieces of shit in that field. There are so many, and there's so much need there. No. I mean, people, that's why ultimately with this, people need to raise hell about this money situation, because it isn't just a case of she screwed over these scammers, which it's funny. It's these people have a history of doing some pretty questionable shit. And somebody that sits on those definitely got caught doing the exact same thing we're looking at, and it's going to continue. They're being introduced to vulnerable populations. They have somebody that is opening the door for them. And that is frightening to me, because people under guardianships, they don't know better.
Now, in this next part of it, she's answering questions from the chat. So some of these questions are chat questions like this. What would be the fastest positive solution to rid you of this burden? So just so you know, Tug, from here on out, there's like a lot of question and answers. So it's not the same person, but still,
right. Still get some good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's a ton. This is where the toilets come in. Just wait for it.
Am I still reading? I forgot.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
reading.
all right. The barn thing, fastest. Now that you thrown that word in there, I don't know. We've been waiting. I just want to get in the chat, man. This shit's done at with the barn, man, because we've been waiting for. I mean, the lumber's been sitting there. There's toilets there, and you know what's funny? Whoever this person comments say, there's just lumber. There's just 2 boxes with toilets in them. Well, you know what? Did you pay for it? Did you go out and, spend money on that? Are you sitting there waiting and dealing with people, calling anybody, doing anything? Are you paying the taxes on any of the money that came in from any of this? No, nobody is. I am. Okay. Wait a minute. Are you complaining about the taxes out of it? I'm sure you're not.
Any money. It's not her money. It came in from the public. It's not your money, Felisa. You're not spending any money. This money wasn't yours to begin with. Why are you pretending like it's your money?
I thought they said it wasn't taxable.
Yeah, they tried to say that. And look at, she's going to mention who brought that up. She's going to mention, she's going to say somebody did. She's talking about us, by the way, but she won't name us.
I just love it.
It's coming up.
So you know what? Sit there. Say what you want. Okay. Listen to somebody vent in your ear and kind of getting it a little wrong as they're saying, because it's just something in their head. And that's what's happening, because that's what it seems like it's happening, because based on what you said, go ahead. I don't really care. I don't care, because I'm a supermodel. I'm sorry. I know what has to be done, and when it has to be done, and when those framers get there, well, framer and team get there, and if they're going to still do it, that's when everything will start working, and the framing will go up, the electricity will be done, the plumbing will start happening, and then I thought they said they only have.
I thought she said she can't do all of that.
Yeah. So how is all this going to happen?
Now she's doing that. This is going to happen and that's going to happen. She just said she didn't have the money to finish it. So what the hell is this now?
Yeah, she said $10K, and that would be half their money. So again, the $18K thing, it stands. But
that's when now there's the plumbing there. They need to move something away from a wall. Then it just gets connected to the septic. The electricity is supposedly there, but when you have to set it up between the wall and stuff like that, get your outlets and shit, that framing has to be done, as far as I give a shit. Get that damn wood up, frame it, and get the drywall and insulate that one bedroom for the child. Everything else, if the money's gone, the money's gone. I don't care. Get that bedroom up for that child. I don't care about anything else. They go, yeah, which is what they should have been doing this whole time, in my opinion. That's what should have been done this whole time. According to the county, they had a permit from March of 2024 and nothing has happened. Nothing. I mean, yeah, they had a fence. When I spoke to them, they said there should have been a roof done. I'm like, what do you mean? The roof is done. And he's like, a roof is done. I'm like, yeah, there's a roof there. So to me, based on that, he should have extended the permit. The basic shell structure is there. It's just more, the inside needs to be framed out and done right. Yeah. So it's like, there's a lot of things going on. It's to me, it's, a matter of last minute, waiting to the last minute, and that's not me. You're right by thinking of HG. You should put it in a trust for her future. But then, go ahead.
But the majority of donors, if not all of them, have to agree to that, right? It's got to be agreed. No, you can't do this shit. You people are so fucking stupid, man. No, it's not your money. You don't get to decide. She is not under a guardianship. But oh, it blows my mind. Oh my God.
And honestly, maybe she would listen for a second here. Felisa, we're trying to give you good advice. We have been giving you guys good advice all along, telling you you're going to get in trouble. And again, we're saying again, you can't do this. Don't do it. You don't have to give us credit or anything for it. You can just not do what you're saying and just stay out of that.
I'm personally, I think this is all just delay. I think nothing will happen because I think if they put it in a trust, you would see a total that would come up. And
she doesn't want anybody to know how much is there, if anything.
What they're going to do is they're just going to try to blur it in again. They're going to try to flip the script. They've already tried that. They're trying to flip into guardianship, and they're trying to flip on going into lips stuff. You know, they're
Look at King Ed. First of all, I love your box. I never will understand why the anti-ecosystem would ever disagree with a community that reads and discusses court docs for a living. But they don't think what we do is legitimate. They don't think we've been doing this for a long period of time. It's like they think that we just decided to do it this time, that we haven't been doing this for years, that we haven't been watching these things go down. They don't ever admit it, Tug.
No, they don't want to admit it, but they know. See, it amazes me. Like we're gonna again good enough at stuff that the only way that people usually can like redirect off of it, because I think myself, yourself, I think we're very effective. You know, that's why they try to say these people, they actually get paid for this, which is a compliment to me. You know, oh, you're saying that people in Hollywood, I'm so good at what I do that they think they need to hire me. No,
right.
I like rigging a fool.
Hey, I don't know, but that last crazy bitch who messed with me got 7 felony indictments. So I'm just saying, you know, it's just I think I'm pretty good at what I do too.
I think the last person I talked about, I think I was very right in that subject. You know, I think the person that I talked about fled the United States. So
yeah, we've been right about a majority of the things that we've covered. Not that we've never made a mistake before, although I can't really think of one right now.
You know, even with that, you know, again, you can't call. It's just like with the Hales case. I say this plenty of times. I can't tell you what the outcome of the case is. I can't tell. I can tell you what I think is right and what should happen. But ultimately, you have to have a judge that has, you know, some brain cells to rub together, and you have to have things that go right.
And also, you can never tell what a jury's going to do. Although, in most of the cases that I've covered, I have known each time I've been good at guessing what the jury will do.
You gotta get to a jury.
Even when it doesn't agree with what I think should happen. Right. For instance, in the Crumbly case, I remember I in that case, I knew what the jury was going to do, though I disagreed with it. And also in the Karen Reed case, in the first trial, I knew that wasn't going to go the way we thought it should go. In the second one, I knew as soon as they had the questions how that was going to go, jury questions. I've been very right on guessing what the juries are going to do. And that's just based on watching court cases for a really long time. That has nothing to do with, you know, you don't need a law degree to watch people and how they make decisions in court cases to have an opinion on what's going to happen. And I've just been pretty good at it so far. I've gotten it. I've called it. But now but Tug's absolutely right. We don't know what's going to happen in these cases, but we can tell you what we think is going to happen, and we can tell you what we think should happen. And that's what we do.
I know one thing I'm right about, Lynette Preston. If you listen to this stuff again, I know that if you delay long enough, there won't be a dime left if there's any at all. You know,
right.
There definitely won't be.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
If there's any,
you better act in now.
Act quick.
Yeah. I mean, you know what, like I said, what's really funny is she surrounded herself with some shisty ass people, some shisty ass lawyers. Like, these people are not going to have her back either. They're going to defer to 2L, which is amazing. I mean, if these people like if BBB really had your back, why isn't he doing anything about this? Honestly, why not? Is he just going to pretend that like we saw from Only Me's quote unquote pals, you know, how they're going to call this chat drama? Is that how we're going to have this written off? Because again, if he represents these folks, because he keeps saying he's still lawyer, you know, for them, if he actually represented them, in fact, I got wondered this the other day. Maybe I'm crazy about this, but I wonder. I think LP's difficult. You know, I would think everyone would agree with that. She's very difficult behind the scenes, and I'm sure that she's been very difficult with BBB. Now, from my mind, I cannot understand for the life of me what the bankruptcy plan was. It has put her in such a terrible place for exposure
Oh
for
no! It was a great idea. No! Let's not go there.
no. I mean, for real though, like Bruce maybe
Great
I think
idea.
he's incompetent with some of his decisions, right? I think he's absolutely incompetent with some of them.
Oh, I think this was the best one.
Yeah, I wonder either the incompetence level is off the scale or we have another type of problem. And again, I'm not saying we do. I'm just saying there that these people, what we're seeing, again, we don't have a problem. I'm saying we're seeing a problem here. Would they hamstring this person? I mean, honestly,
I'm starting
with
to
the
think
ecosystem,
I think that their main strategy always is delay, and that's how they're treating the bankruptcy too. You notice they just got another delay.
yeah, but even with
September.
that, it doesn't accomplish anything. The money would have been better suited for actually getting a lawyer for anything. Because, these people bind themselves in a courtroom. That's not going to work out. And the way that things are rolling forward, what happened when people saw that money go to the bankruptcy lawyer, they were like, what was their reaction? I'm not giving another dime. Fuck this. We saw plenty of people say that, because you lied to us about it. And they had to foresee that. Again, either this is ineptitude on a level that, just a cosmic level, or it's something else. And with that, I'll let you fill in the blank there. But I've been thinking about that lately because the entire ecosystem has not only turned on Preston, but nobody has her back. I'm talking about in this money situation. The money situation is a huge issue. She has legal representation and they're doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's wild to me.
You're hearing this about to get crazy.
It's about to be an agreement, and the fact that most of the money is spent. So it's only a matter of the framing money, and and so that makes it hard.
Remember that most of the money is spent. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're telling you again, 18K. That's what they're telling you. So it makes it hard. I mean, the lumber is there. Already bought materials. The engineer, at this point in the game, they cannot get a permit from the county. So here's the other thing: the county wants nothing to do with Otter Creek. Nothing. Okay, they really kind of want to wash their hands with it. The problem was they didn't have a permit person to go to Otter Creek to get the permit. Wait, what? The county wants to what does this even mean?
Well, I mean, I would want to wash my hands of that shithole too. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
but I don't know. They're just saying there's nobody even at the county that does the permits. Like
it's a small county. I mean, that's how it works in small towns. I've lived in tiny places. I lived in a little bitty place called Dayton, Tennessee. Dayton, Tennessee was it was like living on the moon. It really was sometimes. I mean, I had to get satellite internet because it was so bad. I couldn't, for real, I had to get an old school satellite and I got my internet from that, which was terrible, by the way. You think internet problems are bad now? Oh my God. That was like getting a rat to run some AOL. It was pretty bad. That's how I started. Actually, I was doing a lot of my my videos early on through satellite, and it would take. I would have to sit down when I wanted to upload a video. Like this tells you about dedication with it. I would have to make my videos, and if I used the satellite internet, it would take 6.5 hours to upload an 8-minute video.
Holy cow.
Yeah. When I moved away and I got like some basic internet, I was like, oh my God, what is this? You can download in 30 minutes or less, what's happening? Yeah. But oh God, anyway. So, okay. And so it's just a whole big thing because it waited too long. It waited absolutely too long. And to me, if something was important, there's other things you shouldn't have purchased. You should have purchased those payments to the engineer and purchased anything else. That should have been the most important thing, right? Instead of waiting for other people to take care of it. So what happens if it's done without a permit? Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it and then worry about the permit after the fact, What the fuck is that, man? That's nuts.
That's exactly what her husband got arrested and charged for. So it's not surprising to me that they were just decided, we'll just do it without a permit.
I think they know. I actually don't. I think it's more nefarious than that again, because they know if they start work on there and people look it up and there's no permit, then people will report it. And they'll be like, oops,
right. And
can't
then they'll
do
have to
it.
rip
All the money's
down.
ours.
They have
Yeah.
to rip it all down. I mean, her husband got nailed for contracting without a license, and so I'm assuming he had no permit either, because you can't get one if you're not supposed to be doing the work. But these are things they don't worry about. But they're saying, that's what we were gonna do. We're like, fine. If they don't want to play games with us, whatever, fine. If once the framer shows up, he's going, they're going to post everything I'm saying right now. I don't care what they say. Yeah, you're damn straight we are.
They should too.
Damn straight we are. We're going to post everything you say. We have it all, Felisa. We have everything, including the videos that you thought you deleted, because you deleted a lot of them.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing. Like thinking that people don't actually pull the transcripts. How do you think we have transcripts like this so fast and easily? They're already earmarked and everything else. That should say something.
It doesn't make a difference with what I do with my project. What I have is to do as much as I can with the barn. When it runs out, it runs out. That's it. I think a lot of people don't even realize too, is that with this amount of money that came into your hands to do these projects, you're also paying taxes on the money. No one's even thought about that. Yeah. No one's even asked about that, but well, some people have here and there. I'm not going to say no one.
Yeah.
You mean
you
us?
mentioned that. Yeah. If you paid taxes on it, by the way, if it actually was declared, then again, you've admitted that money exists.
How much came in? Yeah. But there's still going to be money out of your pocket that you'll have to pay. Really? Why? Why is the money coming out of her pocket? Why? I don't get why the money's coming out of her pocket.
There would be not a penny out of her pocket. You know that.
Now, this is so great. Why does it seem like MP is ungrateful? Well, that's what I was saying. So Michelle had no idea that I was going to turn around and do something like that. She also had no idea where I was going to bring up a privacy fence. I did ask her what was the length of her property in the front, just the front. And John had already had it measured. So he gave me an idea.
That was their idea, only to build the front.
Yep. I need you to go and measure the front of the property, like actually give me a measurement. So he did, but they didn't know what I was doing. So let me get this straight. You just decided you were going to put a fence on somebody else's property. You didn't
Only the
ask
front
them.
fence. Only the front fence, though. Also, when they fundraise a privacy fence, like when everybody heard that, didn't you assume that they were going to put up an actual fence, not one portion of a fence?
Yes.
I would have thought that's what the people that were giving money, they would have thought too. You wouldn't put up a fence, and then look how badly it was built. You know why? Because they didn't hire contractors. They didn't actually get somebody that knew what they were doing. That's why when they complained over and over again about the level with the road, that was their fault. Like every time they complained about Jeremy being able to drive down the road and film over it, it made me laugh inside, because they should have been able to look at the fence and be like, yeah, that's a problem. Oh my God.
So he did. He went and measured the fence, but they didn't know, or the yard, they didn't know what I was doing. So in doing those things, I had mentioned that they'll have this, they'll have that. We'll have this part. And the only thing left, they have to finish the barn. And then boom, someone sent me a PayPal. And then it was like, holy shit, what just happened here? Then other people followed that. So there was only so much money for the barn that said barn on it, She got mad in this chat because her comments are being removed. And she went and she insinuated I did something wrong. She's saying nothing's being done. Well, no, Felisa just said nothing's been done on the property.
We heard that the money from the barn, first of all, did not come in through YouTube. It came in through PayPal. And there was also money earmarked for a child's play area,
Oh, she won't even talk about that.
Yeah, of course not.
She will not talk about that. Not at all.
Yeah, she was happy to take that money, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's there every day. Every day she's on that property. Every day. All we ever tried to do on this side, guys, is try to lift people up. And sometimes the hand gets bit, you know? She's there every day. A lot could be done. She wanted me to buy this. This is so great. She wanted me to buy this countertop that goes in the kitchen, which of course would be for the barn. I was very hesitant to do so because that's not the part that I would have been part of unless people were donating more, I guess, because I knew the money I had was only going to go so far. It wasn't going to go to her kitchen. It was going to be going to framing, the electric, the plumbing, as far as that was going to go, and insulation. Now the insulation she wants was going to cost 15 grand. Exactly. This whole time. Now the price is changing, of course, but no, that's what I was told from her this whole time. And you have to have that kind of insulation because of the barn. It is okay. So as far as, stocking her kitchen area with everything she needed, that wasn't even a consideration because there was no money to finish what needed to be done. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't go. So I had concerns about getting this counter. It was a beautiful counter. It was going to be used for a kitchen. She told me that she could use it now to cook out of there because she has electric, that she has to go in there and she can use it as her kitchen countertop right now. So I thought that she was going to be cooking out of it this whole time. And apparently she isn't. So I purchased it. Yeah, I purchased it because it was a good price and it's beautiful and it's a beautiful counter. And so I thought for sure that they would be using the barn this whole time. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. We're looking at basic needs right now. Oh, I like that. Silver, you can't get a designer house on the generosity of others.
Huh, wait. I thought you could though. Like that's what they told people. Again, they could get everything. And in fact, they told only me. What blows my mind, we're not talking about just randos out there. You got to remember what they advertise. Like, the person she live streams with, what does she say his credentialing's in? Putting things together, putting things up. So as far as pricing is concerned, they would have an idea if there would have been a problem. $56,000 fucking dollars wouldn't have touched that. They would have known that very quickly. And again,
and not promised all the stuff that they promised.
Yeah.
And again, take into consideration the contradiction between what I just read a couple pages ago about how she said, and this is going to be done, and that's going to be done, and now she's saying we're looking at basic needs. Well,
yeah.
We're not. Yeah, we can't get all that done.
What she's saying here is the insulation. Well, the insulation alone, she's saying they can't. They I guess could afford the insulate, and that's it. Because again, if they're saying, $18,000, well, they're quoting 15, and prices change. So but you want.
Let me see how much. Let me see how much of that, because I don't think we have a lot left. I actually think it's only. I think it's almost finished. Yeah, there's only 3.5 pages left.
This is so funny, though.
I think we can do it. I think we can power through. And if you have to go,
I'm good right now. It's all good.
All right, good. All right, this is you.
Worn down. All right. So you want an insulation? It's going to cost 15 grand. You can get an insulation that's not going to cost that. You know what I mean? Yeah, cut corners. That's a good idea. And so we've looked into a lot of insulation, and trust me, what she wanted, if there was money that was going toward insulation, she was not going to get that insulation. If she wanted it different, then she was going to have to do it different. That's all. Yeah, it's actually listening to the half-hour conversation. I think she's already answered that. Let's see. It'll be up to Michelle and John to get those permits they need. They have all the supplies there already. What's the number there? Then stuff can get toilets in there. My whole thing, honestly, guys, was to get the damn toilets in there. I thought they had a toilet already. They kept telling us how great everything was.
Yeah,
remember?
I don't know. Yeah. And that it wasn't true that they were using buckets and outhouses and stuff.
Right. We were all liars. I guess we weren't. I wanted at least, God, it's got to be bad right now.
Ugh.
With everything the way it is. God, that place has to smell awful. I want at least the toilets to work. I don't care if it was free, totally free open barn. I wanted the toilets in there. And get it connected to septic. Wait, so open barn. You wanted toilets inside of an open, unfinished.
Well,
What the
I kind of agree with her because at least then they would have working plumbing that would be somewhat indoors.
They want a cost cut though, like that. I mean, you think about how jacked up this is. So what we're being told is all of this money. What did they really get out of it? They had some lumber delivered, a couple of toilets, and a countertop.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's it. That's all they got.
That's it. That's what 56 grand got.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Yeah. And people are asking some questions, but they're not asking the right questions. You know why? Because you get banned for asking the right questions over there. That's the problem. Maybe that's why their chat's shrinking too. But that's what I wanted, because I want nobody to have anything to say about buckets, porta potties or any history hunter. That was my thing. Yeah, I mean we was going to take time to get bedrooms, but get the buckets that they're hooked up. That was my thing. So, also, it is asking, is there electricity in the barn? I don't think they could have electricity. Wait.
So, but she said earlier that LMNOP told her she did have electricity. So what she is saying now is that LMNOP lied to her, that there is no electricity and she isn't cooking in there, just like she said she was going to, but she's not. She's now calling her a liar.
She's calling her a scammer.
Just like Jeremy Hales has done.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. But she's saying
Felicia here is going, Felicia here is, she is going after an elderly disabled woman. I would like to remind her, how dare you accuse an elderly disabled woman of lying?
Indigent too.
She's indigent, Felicia.
Yes. I mean, that right there, of course, you're trying to ruin. Oh, my God. You know what might happen sooner or later? You better be careful. They might put up signs that you totally said would be okay. Wait until MP puts up signs about her.
Oh, God, that'll be great.
Oh, that would be so funny. I would die laughing.
So good.
Because they've said that's okay. That totally is not a problem. But the electricity, and there's electric that could run to it. And we're going back now. We're not even at the electric point.
Who's telling you this stuff? Because they're not telling you right if they've never been on the property or been in the barn like I've been. So I trust the people that live there, and they're telling me if you've never actually been there to see it yourself or spoke to someone that's been there to see it for themselves. I talked to John. I do not talk to her. Why? Because apparently, she started screenshotting my chats. She said I did it first. That's not true. The first time it was done, I was like, why are you screenshotting me? Because it says screenshotting on it. And I'm like, why are you screenshotting me? And she says, oh, it was just a mess up with my phone. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So now I'm watching what I say to her.
Does your phone tell you when people screenshot you?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. I've never had that. It tells me when I'm recording. If I hit record on my phone, a new feature on it, like it has built-in recorder.
I have never seen that feature, but I have an iPhone, so
I have an Android. I have an Android. It doesn't do that. I've never run into that before. So,
by the way, I asked Grok to give me an approximate cost for framing a 2,000 square foot home and 2 toilets and a countertop. And Grok says for the lumber on the low end, so you're talking about $6,400, and on the high end, $9,600. The framing that for the lumber, up to $10,000, from 2 to 10, anywhere from 2 to 10, and the toilets if you're doing a high end toilet, between 5 and 1,000, or low end 100 to 200. And a countertop, at the most $3,000, which is that's a lot for a countertop. You could probably do it for less. So the total lumber cost, framing, countertop substructure, Grok is estimating between basically 13, 14, 15. I'm going to say just high end. I'm going to do just the high end numbers. $18,000.
Yeah, for the amount of wood they have and stuff, though, I don't think they even have enough wood to to make that anywhere close to those. I mean, you've seen how much wood.
Yeah, that
they
didn't look
claim.
like a big pile of
No,
wood.
that is not a lot at all. That is a small amount.
Maybe
You know,
they didn't plan to have many
we-
rooms or
we
something?
build barns. Well, I haven't in a while because I'm old and I'm afraid I'll hurt myself. But when I was younger, I used to help out building all kinds of stuff. Building my uncles. I helped out doing that all the way teenage through adult years, and the amount of lumber they had there, unless there's more, that's not it. That's not it at all.
But
And
it's
the
interesting that
toilets.
Grok thinks you could get it all done.
Yeah,
It
at
looks
high
like
end.
at high
High
end for a lot less than we think is than what they're saying
Yeah.
here. And
No, I mean,
maybe that's right, maybe it's not. I don't know. But I'm gonna look into that some more and
my
just to
thing
find
is,
out.
we've got to take off, first of all, the projects that they want to divert to. The fence covered itself. They've told you on accident that they got plenty of donations. They set the price $69 for the paneling. So even by their numbers, and then you add on, a few things like concrete. Really, are you kidding me? For concrete, you're going to be like, oh, it costs so much. No, the real cost would be in labor. But remember, they didn't pay for labor. So, and you can tell, by the way, because it looks like absolute crap when you look at the damn thing. But you add on screws. They were like, look, we got other costs like screw. What? They don't cost that much. Hinges. Oh my God. The gate. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, here we go. So now I'm watching what I say to her, even though I never thought I had to, but it doesn't matter anyway. I mean, well, we told you needed to, so I don't know. Why did you not know that? We said she was going to turn on you. I mean, there's nothing I needed to worry about talking to her, but now I'm paying attention, right? I'm like, okay, so there was that. There was some of like, you know what? I'm just better off not talking, because a lot of times I was approached with things that I had to either ignore or say no to, and normally I wouldn't say no, and I had to turn away from it, so I just stayed away. But when you're conjuring things up in your head and you're, emailing me in the subject line and attacking me, I'm just going to block. Go ahead.
So she blocked her.
Yep.
That's amazing. I don't answer her on one app, and now you're going to email me with the same shit. I'm not going to answer you here either, because I'm not even going to look at it. If I look at it, I'm tempted to respond because I know the stuff that she says. So I'm not even going to look at it. I can talk to John. John's on the private. You didn't raise the money in John's name though.
Mm-mm.
That's the kicker. It's not John's money. John's on the property. John holds half the property. You know what I mean? And I can talk to John. That's it. I've never had a problem with John. I still don't have a problem with John. John is in a position. Look, hey, he lived. Are they trying to maintain a grift to that family? Is that why they want to keep John on? By the way,
Maybe.
It was strange too. I pulled out that screenshot where he said that he had never given permission for a likeness to be utilized, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got thinking about that. I thought, who the fuck is he to speak for HG? Is he the guardian?
Yeah, he's your guardian.
Yeah. So,
And also, because if it's all about HG and all this money was raised for HG, then the only adult responsible for it is Lynette.
yeah,
Period.
you cannot devote. That's who she raised. She raised the money in the name of HG and Lynette Preston. John was not a consideration. In fact, they dumped John for a while. John now has value, but remember, they said he was on his own for a long time. You remember when the lawyer thing? He didn't do what
Mhm.
Bruce wanted, and they dumped him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I still don't have a problem. He's a good guy. It is what I'm going to say. And I feel John got a really bad rap for this entire shit that's been going on. So you're telling me Lynette lied about him being an abusive monster? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently.
Huh.
Let's see. So, yeah, she may not know what protection is, but trust me, I'm protecting her. It's true. Right now, she doesn't realize it, and I just think she needs to take a step back. Well, it's like she'll take a step back for 2 days. Yeah, she'll take a step back for 2. Well, here's the problem. She's on the phone talking to people, okay? And some people think that I should just take all this money, go pay for all the damn permits, and blah, blah, blah. But here's the problem. That's not what's in the budget. Granted, it's for the property, but she had that permit all along. She let it expire. And when she needed a new one, go ahead.
Oh, she knew she could make permits, and she didn't make those arrangements. And yet everybody's complaining that she's out there buying shit. Okay. And she should be putting her money where she needs it the most. Okay. And she wants to blame everybody else. And she's not going to blame me when she's not taking care of it. What is she going to do? Everybody's not going to pay for everything like her. For her, like her let me read
for the rest of her life.
Let me read the way that's supposed to say, though. Everybody's not going to pay for her for the rest of her life. That's what it's you know what I mean?
Isn't that what we have been saying all along, that this woman has been getting people to pay for her life forever? She does not, she grifts. That's how she survives. Is she just figuring this out?
No, she knew it. She absolutely knew it. Now it's time. See, again, the pond is run dry. They noticed the diminishing returns. Like, we noticed them. We were like, they're not getting any super chats anymore, And her problem is that Lynette was eyeballing every dollar that came in, because she figures those are her dollar dues too, And you saw what she said. She said, the money that was collected for this, it had to be specifically earmarked. Otherwise, it's not her money. But Lynette didn't agree with that. Lynette thinks, it's my story, it's my money. Lynette Preston, by the way, you have a YouTube channel. You don't need these people. Go out, monetize. Get your 1,000. I mean, shit. You ain't gotta listen to them. Don't let them delete your comments. Say everything you want. Anyway, I want her to go. Okay, please do that. And the way I'm talking, it's sounding one way. So I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to say this. Well, what are you trying to say then? It's just there's budgeting that needs to place, and that's not happening. Okay, so she's irresponsible with her finances. Yeah, that's what we've said.
That's what we've been saying. Yeah, that's what we've said. So when we say it, we're supposed to get sued. When she says it, I guess it's all fine.
Yeah, I ain't gonna sue shit, man. They have already proven that they're not gonna sue shit. They're big.
And if they do, it's going to be garbage. So come on.
They they burned everything. They burned the. Bruce moved on, I think, because even he's admitting now the Stark, the two things there, he blames those on Stark. Then we have the Silverman. He's blaming the other there. So there is no cause of action to go after Jeremy. So what else can they do? Nothing. So, okay. And you can expect other people to do everything. I was threatened today that she was going to go public. Well, go ahead. Go public for what? That she still needs help. And I'm thinking, she's going to create another GoFundMe. Okay, good luck with that. Go ahead, do it. No one's stopping you. When we were doing this, she was going to create another GoFundMe. And I was like, Michelle, how many GoFundMes have you had? Well, isn't that what we said? I thought we were monsters for talking about that.
Yeah, we're monsters for pointing that out. We're monsters. Would you like, please, would you like to borrow my my flowchart? Would you like to borrow it? Because if you want to know how many GoFundMe she's had, I can help you with that. I've got an entire flowchart. Did you see my flowchart? Because I have one.
Unfortunately, all of these admissions, and she's trying to walk this carefully, because what she's admitting to are that these people are liars, and the stuff that they stated and that she was the mouthpiece for.
Here we go, Lisa. Here it is.
I love it.
Here's the flowchart. You want to know how many GoFundMes? It's all here. You want to borrow it? Like, I guess I'll send it to you. You're
But then
ready
she'd have to
start?
admit to her audience that this is what they introduced to. I mean, that's the problem. See, that's a real problem too. Like the admission to it.
Look at all these grifts. Look at all the grifts. Look at this.
That's
Medical
amazing.
grifts, adoption grifts, car grifts, Christmas grifts, camper, divorce grifts, boondoggle grifts, tortoise grifts. I got them all. Animal grifts, Northport stuff. I mean,
Oh, you got all you could find. There's probably I
Oh,
would
yeah,
I would be
there's
willing to
probably
bet
more.
there's more. You know, and
Yeah,
God knows how
sorry,
many individuals they've approached. You know, like that's the other thing. Like, who knows when somebody
Right?
sees that and they approach them and they're like again, if they would have been able to hook into only me by themselves, you know, we would have never known how much money actually went that way. They would have just had this big influx of money, you know. And again, how many times has something like that happened? I don't think it's happened to that level, but they've been able to keep going forward for years. So how many do you have? Like this doesn't look good, you know. We're doing this, we're doing that, you know. But the thing is that, you know, she gets money monthly. She gets more money than some people get monthly, and their living goes.
This is a typo of some kind. I wish I knew what that said. I'm gonna have to go and check the tape. But also, look at this. So now you're admitting she makes more money than a lot of people every month from her government checks, and you were raising money for her. Why again? Why? We have been saying this. This is what we have been saying. So now you're admitting you were raising money, you were grifting for somebody who didn't really need it.
Wait, you're telling me that she gets more than the money reported, the $900? Because that isn't a lot of dollary dues, and of course it's not. When you add in the income from John and from HG, the numbers we saw, they're this is a substantial amount of money, considering, you know, they get free food, they get all these other additions. It's wild, the amount of money that they're pulling down.
Yeah, I underestimated how many pages is left. However, I do want to look at this one last thing, and then we will go through it on another night. But
we'll earmark whatever that we don't finish.
We're going to stop right here at this pink mark, where she is saying, you know, she makes more money than some other people. This is how it is. Have your fight. Get mad. Do whatever you want. Try to threaten me through other people. Use your friend to post shit when your friend's not even posting things properly, because everybody knows here the order of things is exactly wrong. Now, somebody in the chat then put up, and she read, my father of 3 lives on $1,200 a month. And she responds, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, you budget, and if you can make payments, that's what should have been done. I'm not there on a daily basis. I'm not there. And the only time I'm going to be there, or is if the framer goes there to do it. That's it. You know, I'm not there. I got paid for her. Exactly. And what, not to mention the lawyer fees that got paid for her. Yeah, she got lawyer's fees as well. Sylvia says, Lisa, it's not the first time. Pay for another permit. Take it out of the budget. She's posted that a few times. Pay for what? I'm sorry. I was reading the permits out of the budget and say, you know, F it, pardon me. At this point, she should have done that. But at this point, they're not giving her a permit. So no, framers, yeah, they did. They paid for her permits, for her rent. They paid for her rent at the jewelry kiosk as well. Not once, but twice, because we're trying to lift her up. And the old Robbie did a bunch of crowdfunding donations for profit, and people sent her so much stuff. And that's where we're going to leave it for next time. Wait till you hear.
Yeah,
it gets stuff and what the stuff was.
Yeah, you get to find out that stuff that's being sold. Remember, they told us they weren't things that were donated or any of that. Remember, we were all liars about that too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now, I mean, how else would she have filled up all of those displays? Like, how would that have happened?
How did she even get those displays? Those displays are worth thousands of dollars. Yep. Just the displays themselves. So we'll finish that up at another time. I don't know if we'll do it tomorrow on Tugs or when I come back on Monday. But we'll finish it up.
We'll see how the crazy pops off. You know,
yeah.
I'm going to say we are
more than halfway done. So that's the good news. The good news is it's almost over. Oh,
It was a lot. I mean, you
that was
know,
a lot.
we covered quite a bit of ground on that. Plus, like I said, with LP, you can tell is getting upset. She's getting really upset with this stuff. I actually, in this case, again, it's her money. I think everybody understands that. And to make this clear, you know, and saying that doesn't mean I have to like her to understand that that's her money. They raised it. They knew what they were doing. They absolutely did. And now they're playing this game. And it's a jacked up game. You know,
Crazy.
They think they're going to walk with that much money.
Mm.
They already did, really. I mean, again, with them saying that there's only $18,000 left, that's telling you they've already walked with a lot of money.
Yep.
It blows my mind.
All right, I'm gonna hit super chats and call it a night. Do you hanging or you're going?
I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna go see what the little one's up to. You know what she getting into.
Well, thanks for hanging out for this entire thing.
Oh, it's good,
been
man.
a
It's
long
crazy.
show.
I knew this would be fire. You know. But yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate you, folks. And we'll have a good one tomorrow too.
I'm sure we will. Bye. All right, guys, we're going to get to the super chats, and I appreciate you guys sticking around as long as we did tonight. I know it was a long one. This was like a marathon, but there was just so much to get to. All right, here we go. Let's see. In the clouds, 4 gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Thank you so much. And I hope that all of you who got those gave a thank you to In the Clouds 4. And Green Veggie Beast, thanks for the 5. You are a tech issue. I know. Talk to Brad. You guys can commiserate about that together. Max Lab, thanks for the $1. Appreciate you. Emma Washington, thanks for the Aussie 2. Killer song. Well, if you guys would like to hear that song again on the way out, let me know. Otherwise, I was thinking I might play Kodunk Row again. So why don't you let me know in the chat which one you would rather hear. And by the time we get to the end of these, I'll know which one you want. So let me... like 1 for scamming scammers and 2 for Kodunk Row. All right, let's see. Audrey Little, member for 15 months, breadstick money to keep the haters rolling in their sad lives of regret. Thank you for all you do. Love to all. Well, thank you, Audrey. I appreciate you. And they really do get mad, don't they? They get so mad, and it's so funny. Green Veggie Beast, thanks to the 5. I want a CD of your music. You know, a lot of people have asked me to put it on Spotify or something, and I've looked into it, but I would have to pay a monthly thing to put it up there. I've got too many apps already that I have to pay for. So I'm trying to figure out how to get it maybe downloadable, maybe somewhere, maybe put it on a Dropbox or something I can share with you guys, and you can download it on your own and, just play it whenever you want. But I still haven't figured out how to do it. Wender Bender, member for 17 months. Love the song. Hi, Megan and chat. Yeah, I had a great time making that song. SF, thanks for the 2. Tug of the Hut. That's funny. Sandra D, I love your avatar. That's so cool. Gifted 1 Megan Fox membership. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird here, but you'll get used to it. Nadine Bandura, thanks for the Canadian 2. We knew this was coming. LOL. Yeah, and it's going to get so much crazier. So much crazier. I mean, it's just wait. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Just the tip, folks. Bonnie Heron, thanks for the 2. Love the TGI Fox waitress avatar. Yeah, isn't it good? Do you like my flair? Do you think I have enough of it? Is 15 pieces enough? Maybe I need 30. I don't know. But I've got a lot of flair. Allie S., thanks for the 5. Are you sure it wasn't a shift at the diner today? No, I'm not sure. Maybe. Sticky Widget member for 10 months. 10 months. Wow. It seems like only 10 months ago I joined the Fox Den. Has it really only been that? It feels like longer with you, Sticky. No, I'm just kidding. Robert Ward, thanks for the 5. When does LP cut and run? Oh, I don't know. I think she's not wise enough to cut and run. Rhea Norman, thanks for the 2. Tugtanic, that's funny. Patrick W, member for 10 months. Oh yeah, I like the flair, but if you could just start on time, that would be just great, okay? Yeah, and remember to fill out your TPS reports, okay? Guys, I would really like to start on time. I'm just chronically late. I cannot help it. Andre Lozier, thanks for the Canadian 2. What's your opinion of the Zim v. Travis blow up? Truthfully, I have not paid any attention to it. I know I've heard you guys talking about it, but I have too much to pay attention to with the lawsuits at the moment. I cannot possibly go down another rabbit hole. Honestly, I can't. Emma Washington, thanks for the Aussie too. Illegal or not, they're still human beings. Yes, absolutely. And in my opinion, as long as there's no crimes being committed, I'm all right with, offering other ways to get in here. Like, hey, how about get in line and start filling out the paperwork? If you're just working construction, you're not out there hurting people, then yeah, that's probably what we should do. Lyndon Hernandez, thanks for the 2. They liars, grifters, narcissists, racist, justice. Yeah, it's weird. Just J Hip, thanks for the 5. I gave Doritos his name. Am I in trouble here? I'm always the creator of mayhem. Ugh. Yeah, it's always your fault. Maybe instead of blaming Jeremy, we should blame Just J Hip because he got us into 2 lawsuits, although he did get us out of 1. So it's a toss-up. Emmy, thanks for the 10. Fleesa just contradicted herself right there. She stated the fence was paid for with gift cards, then stated the fence wasn't paid for with all gift cards. I think, like Tug said, she was saying people think that the fence was paid for with gift cards, but it wasn't, and here's why. And I think that kind of fleshed itself out there. But you're right, there's a lot of contradictions. But I do believe she was trying to say the opposite, that it wasn't paid for by all gift cards. Taz, thanks for the 2. For you, love and hugs. Aw, love and hugs back. And Just J-Hep, thanks for the 10. Have it on good authority that all the projects will be finished around the same time we find out who is the bad friend between Ballman and Megan. We're getting close. Was it 120 years, Jay? Something like that? And James Cole, thanks for the 5. I've dealt with a new build, blueprints, engineering, and everything else to do with it had to be filed with the county before permits were issued. Interesting. And let's get to a couple super tips. Lily, thanks for the 5.
Make sure Jeremy has all of these confessions lies. Make sure Jeremy has all of these confessions lies.
Oh, well, thank you for saying
If
it.
only I had listened to the cease and desist, I wouldn't be going through all this now. Love to you, Megan and Tug.
Thank you. Skipper Trucking, thanks for the 5.
I have screenshot that picture that Megan loves so much and made it my background on my PHN. Now my wife wants to know who Megan is.
Dan Davis, thanks for the 5, says, will this help with the upgrade on your box? I hope so. Yeah, I need that rumpus room for sure. In a studio, maybe. I'm going to be building onto the cardboard box. Lily Smith, thanks for the 5.
I think she won't sue because she does not want to admit she earned that extra money during the year.
Oh, that is a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. Good point. Good point. All right, let's get back to super chats. We were at, where were we? I love super tips, by the way. They are so fun. Sheila 1252, member for 4 months. My name is Megan, and I love Tug's thumbnail. No, I don't. Stop making me say things that aren't true. Rach G, thanks for the 10. Wait a minute. I read these already. I'm not reading it twice. Sassy Mama C, thanks for the 2. Love the hair. Megan, thanks for the square bullet points. I like your avatar. That's funny. Optopoppet, thanks for the 5. Which do I like more? Scented trash bags or mentholated pads? Well, I told you I got used to the pads, so I definitely have to pick those. Teresa Finn Writer Chick, thanks for the 5. I had to share that I'm a great aunt. My beautiful niece Delilah was born today at 7 pounds, 9 ounces, and just like her favorite aunt TT has red hair. Well, you know what that means? That definitely calls for a birthday song.
Happy, happy birthday from both of us to you. Happy, happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy, happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy, happy birthday. Here's to another year.
All right. Yes. Happy birthday to the new little one that has just joined us here on Earth. I hope it's a good ride. All right. Dave Youngson, thanks for the 2. We get to get a Tug and Fox grammar police image. Be funny. Maybe thanks for the 2. That undulating guy. That's funny. P Bear and M Bear, thanks for the 5. Has anyone ever noticed how scented trash bags have the same scent as scented maxi? Don't tell me there are scented maxis. Horrific. I would never buy something like that, so I wouldn't know. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5 for extra Tums so we can up the spice level. All this extra time that they're getting has given so much evidence against the anti-ecosystem. I know. Donna Shepard, member for 5 months. Thanks for all the laughs, but damn, I'm hurting. Laughs are good, not 24 hours after surgery with 4 incisions. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't pop a stitch. Sending lots of love to all. Well, lots of love to you, too. Allie Kermit Lips, thanks for the $2.99. I'm Megan, and I'll dance for scented trash bags. I will not. I will do no such thing. Tanya Cook became a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den, Tanya. You can't get out now, so don't even try. Carl Bethard, member for a month, laughing my head off while the fur babies are giving me that look. I know that look. The one where the dog looks at you like you're crazy. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5. Russ the Sus could have done the plumbing. I heard he offers special terms. I don't know anything about that, Jack's mom. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. The friend of Lynette that posted about how they're such good friends, but never asked her and HG to live with her. Me thinks they aren't such good friends, and not concerned HG sleeps in a shed. It is strange that all these supporters, nobody is offering their home to her and this little girl that they want to get out of this situation. Paula Broadworth, thanks for the 5. So admitting she knew and used it to grift off an innocent child, that's how it sounds. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. Fleesa is still selling shirts and other merch with HG's image on them. Crook says that's not HG, but it sure looks like her. Crook is blind as well as stupid. It does look like her, and I would say it's not her image. I would say it's her likeness, though. Just J Hip, thanks for the 5. This is for scented trash bags, but I want receipts that it was used for that, or this donation needs to be returned. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing it. I'm not buying them. And I'm also not returning your donation, so you can just go ahead and sue me, you pear-shaped, pear-say lawyer. William Allen, thanks for the 10. For those that get upset at CPS in cases that involve the poor, CPS gives them a ton of lateral because the courts resist taking kids away due to poverty. They use it to cover for liability, as cover for liability. Yep. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 5. Even if Lynette had a building permit, the barn doors still wouldn't be finished. She had that prefab barn moved on the property in 2022. Yep, that's right. Sheila 1252, thanks for the 5. Need to head to bed. Remember to say my name is Megan and I love Tug's thumbnail for me. All right. James C. Miles, thanks for the Canadian 5. Most apps don't understand shite. Scottish. Oh, yeah, I bet they don't. Rage G, thanks for the 5. Did someone pay the taxes and trying to work on property to take over the property? I don't understand any of this otherwise. I believe Fleesa said she paid the property tax with the donations, which was another, $6,000, something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't that much. Now I'm wondering, it could have been less than that. I don't know, but I think she said she paid it at one point. Angel Parent Perez, member for 11 months. I love how Fleesa is backtracking on everything she previously said. Well, she does it all the time. It's gaslighting. Jada, member for 5 months. I've got it. All this talk about JC. Fleesa's going to buy out LMNOP's half the property and move in with John. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5. Did you see where Fleesa's going to cover the Maya Kowalski ordeal? Isn't that already over? I bet she got most of her info from her coverage. Yes, it's long over, although the appeal is still going on. I am still following what's happening in that. I have extensive coverage and a playlist on my channel. And if you are interested in that case, you should definitely watch my playlist because I did cover the trial live as it was happening. And I did more than a month, and I had exclusive interviews with Greg Anderson, the Kowalski attorney, and Joe Corcoran, who was the star witness. So it's all very interesting. And I'm sure that whatever coverage, I believe her coverage that she's doing on that case consists of talking about the documentary she watched, which if you watch the documentary, that's a good start, but you really need to watch the trial. And I have that conveniently on my channel. You can go to the playlist. It's called Take Care of Maya on my channel, and you can watch all about it and learn all about it. All right, let me check to make sure I didn't get any other notifications while I was reading those. And I'll go back to super tips to make sure we're good there. Looks like we are good on super tips. And All right, we're good. We are good. All right, I believe the chat all decided you guys wanted the new opening song, "Scammers Scamming Scammers," to end this little episode this evening. So that is what we are going to do as soon as I figure out where I put it. Where did I put it? Oh shoot, I have to go find it again. But please enjoy this brand new song that I'm looking for called "Scammers Scamming Scammers." What the hell did I do with it? Come on, Megan. Here it is. All right. All righty, Roo. Here we go. Good night.
Under neon skies in a digital haze, they spun their lies in 1,000 ways. A barn to raise for the poor and meek, but their hearts were cold and their motives bleak. They called for cash with a preacher's charm, promised dreams of wood and a big old barn, but the money flowed to a shadow's hand, and the seeds of greed tore apart the land. They played the game, thought they'd never fall, but snakes in the grass start to hiss and crawl. Oh, scammers, scamming scammers, watch the fire ignite. They built their lies in the dead of night. The barns are ghosts, the money's gone. Now they're turning, yeah, they're turning on their own. Oh, scammers, scamming scammers, it's a thief's cruel song. The house of cards is crashing and it won't be long. The leader grinned with a crocodile tear while the others whispered, "Who's cashing here?" They pointed fingers, they screamed and swore, each one thinking they deserved much more. The PayPal pinged, the crypto flew, but the pot got thin and the trust